on a charge of aggravated assault. The file is 211819FY. Present with me here in the courtroom is Mr. Keith Stickley, our Chief Public Defender. You've actually retained Attorney Frank Stanley from Grand Rapids.
Yes, sir.
That was way last March, I think. Mr. Stanley has filed an appearance in this case. You were charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm. It was reduced to a charge of aggravated assault. You were placed on probation, and I deferred 13 days of jail. You had a probation violation, and I sentenced you to 31 days credit 1 day, and you didn't show up for the sentence. And I continued your probation. Let me get that date. I think it was February of 22. So you owe me at least 31 days, and you're still on probation. Now, obviously, you knew there was a warrant because you hired Mr. Stanley, but he filed an appearance and he didn't do anything else. Yeah, you were supposed to appear at March 4th of 2022, and you never showed up. Sentence subject to review, meaning I could alter it. Anyway, how did you come to get arrested?
Sitting with a friend eating a Frosty.
All righty, and on that bombshell, yeah, everybody knows sitting around eating Frosties is definitely illegal. Good morning, good afternoon. What is it? Oh, it's nearly 3 o'clock. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing really, really well. So anyway, we have something that just came up, and I just figured, you know what? I'll go live. I was kind of sitting around doing nothing. It is lashing rain and windy. Still feeling a little bit under the weather, but way, way better today. Chloe has dipped hard. So she's really sick today. She's as sick today as I was 2 days ago, basically. And I got it from her. So I think she's having a second wind, and I hope that I don't have one. I hope you're all feeling really well out there. Good to see a whole bunch of you there. Thank you so much, Archangel. I really do appreciate that. Blind Bombshells in the house. God, we got a good turnout today. It's 83 people watching right now. Make sure and smash that like button. Pope Phil, absolutely it will. I'm very happy to say that my hand is completely back to normal-ish. I probably don't have as much time usage out of it as I had in the past, but everything I have for you is nearly done. I just need to do a few finishing touches because I want it to be perfect, and there will be some extra little treats in there for you as well, and I really do appreciate your patience with that, my friend. Good to see you, Greg. I hope you're doing really, really well, and a happy new year to you and everybody else watching right now. So anyway, I was actually making some soup. I was making some chicken and vegetable soup for Chloe because she is very under the weather, unfortunately. And so yeah, I was making that, and I was listening to courts as I was going, and then this all started kicking off in here. Not with this case. I didn't even actually see this case, but it's actually what happens off air. And I also want to show you guys one from earlier today, which was kind of funny. Two lawyers kind of going at it. So we'll have a look at that. But this one seems to be, I think, a lawyer kind of arguing with the court staff while judge was out of court. And it was quite interesting. And I think that perhaps it might go a bit tits up here any minute. Good to see you, Shug. I would love to. Yeah, hopefully going to be heading to London within the next month or two. Definitely going in March anyway. But I'm hoping to be able to get over there in the next few, maybe in the next month, maybe after next payday. If I can work something, I probably will. So that'd be absolutely fantastic. And anybody else is out there in London who'd like to meet up and say hello, I'll make myself available. Of course, I love meeting up with people. It's really good fun. So let me just, I'll get to the part here where the argument starts. And it's kind of between court staff. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so that's that one. The other one is from earlier today. So I'm going to go and see what's going on here in a minute. We'll catch up to speed with it. See if we can find out. It's actually kind of interesting. It seems to be some kind of an argument. I want to give a massive shout out as well, just real quick, to my beautiful mother and my aunt. So she's back home here in Ireland from Scotland. And for Christmas, myself and Chloe got them an afternoon tea because I knew my aunt was going to be coming over. My mom is notoriously difficult to buy gifts for. Dunn Stores vouchers, I found out, is what she likes the most, which is fair enough. But what I got them was a beautiful afternoon tea in a place called the Horse and Jockey, which is about halfway up the country. And so she's sending me pictures right now. She's sending me selfies from there. Wow, that is quite the meal. I hope your car will have enough diesel to get you home, carrying all that extra grub with you. Let me just... That looks fab. That's great. I'm glad they're having a great time. My mom and my aunt are just awesome. And then I called over to my mom last night, and she only just lives out the road. And my other aunt and uncle were there as well. So it was absolutely fantastic. We had an absolutely lovely evening. That's why I wasn't able to do a stream last night. I was just so cream crackered, as they say. But anyway, let's have a look at this bit of an argument between the court staff and I think perhaps a lawyer, but we'll see.
I see Addison in here, but only must be doing PCs.
Yes.
All right.
Right, let's roll it on to where the what I think is an argument. It's an argument about where he is at this moment in time. So the officer comes back in and says something about this guy needs to do a pee. Or for those of you from the Flat Earth days, we call that going for a Riley, because the guy called Riley peed live on the air one night. Well, let's skip on to where this is. Hello, Dennis's. All right. It's along here somewhere. He's kind of sitting there for a while, so... Come on. All right, here we go.
Hey, he's gotta go potty too, so, I mean, come on. I mean, we are live, so. You should be passing?
That's what they tell me.
All right.
Okay, so-
He's got PECs with that, and he's got an NOP with Middleton, I guess.
We'll go that direction, why not?
There's a bit of confusion about where he's supposed to
I'm
be.
gonna make around and see all the things.
We don't need to go upstairs.
Hold on,
What?
what is he in here for?
Well, he has a PEC and an NOP, so
Right, but what's he sitting in here for?
for PEC, but
He's here for the NOP.
NOP.
So the NOP is what he's sitting in here
Right,
for?
right, but they just told him to go to.
Well,
class.
that's because he was just talking to us, so don't move him, let him think.
You know what? Just have a seat.
We'll read to your own.
Just sit down.
Now, so here's the thing, right? I don't see anybody in the room, okay? So I'm still trying to figure out who it was that was like, why is he in here? I don't know if it was other court staff or his lawyer or whatever. Somebody says it's hard to understand what they're saying. I hope can you guys all hear that? Can you guys all hear what's actually going on? So let's just see again.
Don't move him, let him think.
You know what? Just have a seat.
We'll read to your own.
Just sit down.
See, I don't see anybody in the back of court, so I don't know if that was a lawyer or was that other court officer. I don't know.
Just have a seat.
Wait a minute.
Because he was just talking to us, so don't move him, let him think.
Yeah, that's somebody
You know
in the
what?
back of court.
Just have a seat.
We'll read to your own.
Just sit down.
Somebody reckons it's the bailiffs. Yeah, so apparently he's supposed to be in two separate courtrooms, right? And I can't figure out who the lady speaking at the back of court was. It was definitely somebody in the back of court because the green panel, this green panel lit up, which means that it will. Oh wait, no, you can't see my cursor there. But basically, the green panel for the main part of the court is what lit up. So I think it was somebody came into the back court and was like, "Hey, wait, where's he going?" It wasn't the female officer standing at the bar. Standing at the bench, because that microphone didn't light up. Or maybe it could be that judge's microphone's muted too.
Okay, so
Wait.
Judge Middleton is gonna take the plea for the pretrial, but he doesn't have Keith right now. So he said he can go back to Judge P's courtroom or just go back into lockup, and he'll let you guys know when he's ready for him. He's not ready for it right now. Okay,
Alrighty,
thank you.
no problem.
Oh, it's the clerk. Okay. Fair enough. I just thought it was a lawyer because it seemed really like just abrupt and quick. So I don't know. Not saying that she was being nasty or anything, but she was like, okay, we're going to figure this shit out right now. But I had another one that I wanted to show you. Two lawyers proper going at it. They were arguing over it. This lady was on what was she on? Probation, right? And she wasn't supposed to have any alcohol in her system. And she had alcohol in her system and refused the test. And following on from that, she was in court. Basically, they were giving her a break. They were going to be like, okay, we're going to let you off with this. Essentially, not let you off, but we're going to like be able to deal with this without you having to go to jail. And she essentially claims that she had a positive test because she had NyQuil. Now, we don't have NyQuil in Ireland. Can anybody confirm? Does NyQuil have alcohol in it? And if so, would it have enough to have like a proper reading? I don't know. Simply didn't have time to look that up, but proper going at it. Good morning, Dad Farden. Hope you're doing really well. Bradley Clancy, good to see you, bud. A lot of Clancy's down my way. Yes, it does, and yes, it will. Okay, cool. Good to know. I did not know that. It's 10% alcohol in NyQuil. Holy shit.
Apparently they had him do a waiver next door. They're bringing him in right now.
10% 20 proof.
Sounds good.
That's pretty much what
He was
the
here
lawyer
and
said
then he
as well.
wasn't.
Good seeing on me. Oh, what did I miss? I will answer anything I can. Let me see if I can find what I missed. Then I will definitely try my best. Hard to understand what they're saying is the only one that I could see from you there.
Good morning, sir. Are you Joshua Ray Schultz?
Yes, I am.
I'm Judge Middleton. I just spoke with Prosecutor Marvin. He said he had a nice discussion with you regarding this case. This is file 232240SM. It alleges retail fraud in the second degree from the Walmart store in Sturgis on September 19th of 2023. It's alleged that you stole $55 worth of Pokemon cards. With us also is the Chief Public Defender, Mr. Keith Stickley. You can see him on the screen there behind you.
Sorry, no, you didn't. Albay Proud Football Mom says, I promise I'm not a troll. It's about that distracted video about you. I don't know what that is about. I don't know if you sent it in an email or not. I haven't really been on top of my emails the last few days because we've both been a little bit unwell and we've been on the road quite a bit as well. So we haven't really had a huge chance to do that. But certainly let me know about it. I'm happy to check it out. Demon, top of the morning to you from wild, wonderful West Virginia. I was actually in West Virginia for a very short time, for like a couple hours. I bought some tobacco there because, you know, West Virginia, obviously you're going to buy tobacco there.
In discussing this with Mr. Marvin, he indicated you would be willing to plead no contest to this charge. He's recommending that I order time served. And
okay, so I don't think this is this one in particular is going anywhere, but that's okay. I thought it would be. I just thought it'd be interesting about what they were kind of fighting about there in the background, but it seems to just be more of a clerical issue. Anyway, let's have a look at the other one, right? Not my wife yet. Getting there. She may well actually be kind of a more prominent part of the channel with me podcasting. Like a lot of what I want to do with this channel is moving more towards the kind of podcasting side of things anyway. I've been wanting to kind of make a go of that for a while. And the topics I'd be covering would be, you know, much more in line with kind of more, what would you say? It's hard to explain where I want to go with it, but kind of like current affairs ish and kind of fun stuff, like just live streaming, shooting the shit. I actually do have a few guests lined up, some that you know, some that you don't, and I'm going to be completely redoing the studio for it as well. So I'm really, really excited to do that. I'll actually kind of talk you through a little bit of what I'm going to do, because at the end of the day, you guys are such an important, huge part of this channel that, you know, I really would love your feedback on it and stuff like that. So this, because of the compression in this camera, because of the focal length, it looks like this motorbike is right here that I can touch it. It's actually not. It's about, I don't really know, feet-ish. Like if I lay down here, my head wouldn't touch the wall. So it's about 6-7 feet, I'd say, from where I am to the back wall. The plan is I'm going to take all this shit off this wall, all right? And I'm going to move it over to this side over here. I'm going to have a desk or table lengthways up against that wall. I'll be sitting on one side, and either Chloe or my guest or our guest will be sitting on the other side, all mic'd up. So thanks to Stephen, who just super chatted. He runs a tech company, so he was able to hook me up with kind of lower cost equipment and stuff like that. So basically, I have a new microphone on the way for Chloe at long last. And that's a massive thank you to. See, the PayPal donations are great because we can use them straight away, especially for buying stuff for the channel. Oh, I don't have it logged in on this phone, do I? But one came through the other day just as a gift for Chloe, basically. And so we used it. We decided we'd use it to get her own microphone. And she wanted a pink one. They don't do a pink one, but we can figure something out, and we'll go from there. Oh yes, yeah, the Frauditor Watch video. Oh my god, it has. Matthew Forrest have come a long way from the JM Truth stuff. That's for damn sure. Actually, so that's a really good point that No You Didn't El Bay Proud Football Man brings up. And in fairness, Frauditor Watch did reach out to me and just to let me know that he was going to make a video about my distracted driving. And I was like, you know what? Absolutely go for it. Because the few people that did actually point that out to me, they were absolutely right. Like they're 100% correct. I wasn't standing over my own views. I don't have a problem with streaming while driving. That to me isn't an issue if you have, you know, a camera or a phone away from you and that you're not interacting with the screen. So it's just, to me, it's just the same as when myself and Chloe are driving along and myself and my mom are driving along and we're chatting to each other. As long as you're not interacting with it, that's fine by me. That's my view, and I'm open to people's opinions on it because we talk constantly while we drive. For me, it was like shooting my head over, looking at the screen here and there and reading things out. And I agree, that was absolutely the wrong thing to do. And I put my hand up and stand over that. And I've said it before. And so, yeah, my understanding is Frauditor Watch did make a video. I haven't seen it yet. I will take a look at it. And I really appreciate Frauditor Watch reaching out to me and just explaining that he was planning on doing that. I think that's the right way to do, because then, you know, he can ask me for comment on it or whatever. And I think that's the appropriate way. There's a few other people that have covered things about me from a while back. Who was it? I'm so sorry, I can't recall. Oh my god, Jim Finch. He does a lot of coverage of YouTube stuff, and same thing. He reached out for me for comment on certain things or for clarification. And in my view, that's the right way to do it, and that's what they've been doing, and I really respect that as well. And that's not like, I don't care. I don't mean this in a nasty way. But I don't care who Frauder Watch or Jim or anybody else is, or whether or not you like them, because I know there's a lot of drama in the community, not suggesting that either of them are involved in any drama at all. I frankly, I don't know. I don't keep on top of all the drama going on with other creators. I don't have time for it. I'm trying to run this channel. Myself and Chloe are trying to get her business off the ground. We're running a home here. Like, we've 3 puppies, a big family. Like, we've a load of shit to do every day. And so I just don't have time to keep up to date. So whenever I mention another creator, whoever it may be, that's not me taking sides or whatever. I can't take sides because I don't know what's going on for most of it. Some shit I do know, and I'll be quick to say, no, fuck that guy. But I don't care about drama. So I just want people to be sure that you understand that from me, that when I mention any creators, I don't care, frankly, about what the drama is. If what they're saying is correct or incorrect, in my view, I'll say it, or else I just won't. Sometimes I just don't care. But I do really appreciate those two in particular reaching out to me and asking me for comment or clarification, or just letting me know. It's just it's a good thing to do, and I respect that and I appreciate that. So anyway, that's all I would say on that. But certainly I will check that video out. Thank you for reminding me about it. And my pleasure. Thank you so much for getting back to me. But yeah, just to clarify on that point, when I was streaming while I was driving, I completely accept that me looking at the screen, not good. It's not the way to do it. And I even said it as I was doing it. Some of the times I was like, oh God, I shouldn't be looking at the screen, but my eye was just drawn to it. So I just stopped doing that then as best I could. There was 1 or 2 times where I go, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have looked at the screen. It happens, and yeah, so that's fair enough. And when people pointed out to me, I was like, you're absolutely right. Like, and I shouldn't be doing that. So I think it was just in the moment. You don't really think about it so much, but F Goog says, how are you from Mayo? I'll customize Chloe's mic. That actually would be really cool. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hit me up. Email me irishdemonarmy@gmail.com, or I'm on Instagram. There's going to be more stuff going up on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, absolutely. Do hit me up. That'd be really cool. Was it the green and red of Mayo? Beautiful county. I love Mayo. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, so just real quick before we get into the rest of this stuff. So we're going to have a table there. I'm going to get one of those funky, cool, fancy background things. What are they called? Like the 3D backgrounds. I found some on Amazon for, I think it's 30 quid would do just that portion of the wall with some lights behind. And I'm just going to reuse a lot of the equipment that I already have. So I have multiple screens here. I have the laptop. So we're going to set it up there. We're going to get a whole load of guests on. Some will be live in studio in, what would you call it? In Cottageo, I suppose. So we're going to have some live guests come in. We're going to have some online guests and things like that as well. And then just depending on what I'm streaming about or who we have on, or whether it's creative content, because I'm going to continue doing creative content and all that kind of stuff too. Basically, I'll be switching to that background, and I'm probably going to paint that green and green screen it. That's kind of where I'm going in my head with it. We'll see how much that transpires. I have loads of like lights and stuff that I can reuse. So we're going to make it really cool. The ultimate goal though for a podcast studio, what myself and Chloe are trying to achieve at the moment, we're trying to get her business set up, and then we're trying to buy a piece of land nearby here. They kind of range from anywhere to like 20 grand to 35, 40 grand an acre. So we want to buy a piece of land, and I'm actually just going to build a studio on it first, and then hopefully a house and all that kind of stuff down the line. That's the plan anyway. So we're going to wait and see how that goes. But the idea there is that we can actually build a proper studio and take this whole thing to a whole new level. There's a few great Irish podcasts out there, but I want to take it to the next level altogether. That's my goal. Not that I specifically want to get away from the court stuff and the auditor stuff. I do enjoy it, and it's something that I have fun doing and I love talking about. But I do feel to some extent it does hold back a lot of channels. Some channels are fucking killing it with the court stuff. Like, I mean, I started doing it and a few other people started doing it around the same time as me, and some of them just blasted past me. And I'm like, you know what? Fucking go for it. Good for you. Like OSG, Old Squishy Gardener. Jesus, like killing it. Oh my God, so impressive. And I'm so happy for OSG and a few other creators. They're just killing it. And it's awesome. And I love covering this stuff, but it's just not what I want to always do. You know, I just kind of want to move it in a different direction, and I want to get back to what I do best. One thing that I'm hoping to show you on the live stream, I have showed you guys before. I've actually not gotten around to editing this video because the computer I was using died, but I managed to recover most of the footage, and I think I can make it work. There's a guy here in Ireland who claims to be the rightful king of Ireland, and I thought it was a piss take, but he actually genuinely believes that he is the true and rightful king of Ireland. So I went all the way up to Dublin and I interviewed him. It was absolutely hilarious, and it was legit. Like, he legit believes he's the king of Ireland, like, no questions. So what I might do later, if Chloe's feeling up to stream, and she really wants to, but then she's very coffee and stuff like that, so I'm not sure that she's going to actually be able to come on, but whatever. But if she is, we'll actually stream and show you some of that and talk about it. It was so funny, and we had a great time, and he was an absolutely lovely guy. We were there for hours. It was fantastic, and he had great interactions. I want to start getting back out on the street with a microphone, talking to people, that kind of stuff. That's what I love to do, and that's what I'm hoping to do. Anyway, let me see here. Turtle Boy, because now his fan club members can't accept he fucked up. He big time fucked up. I don't know what he was thinking putting out that video. I'm actually going to ask Chloe to review it with me as well. Janet J, my grandparents are from Cork and Mayo. That's a good mix. The two best counties in Ireland, in my view. All right, let me grab a couple of these super chats, and then I will go and show you guys this video. And we'll have another bit of a chat, and we'll see how we go. Stephen, good to see you, my friend, for $5. Says, I had to do some work, and I'm late. Or what have I missed? Not as much as I thought. I thought it was going to proper kick off, but it didn't. So my bad. Basically, you always have to take my titles with a grain of salt when it comes to a live, because I don't clickbait titles ever. I never do, because I hate clickbait. And Chloe falls for it all the time. She's like, oh my God, a glow-in-the-dark puppy. I'm like, it's clearly clickbait. Come on, man. But my lives, I'm like, you have to take my titles in my life of what I think might happen, or else what is definitely happening. But it's up to you to decide whether or not that is the case. But thank you so much for that, Stephen. And thanks for your help getting those good deals on microphones and stuff for me. I appreciate that. Waynemus Prime for €5 says, if you're more focused on the road than stream, then no issue. If you're more focused on the stream than the road, then yeah, that's distracted driving. I agree 100%. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Janet J, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. And Waynemus Prime for €2 says, hello from a cold, wet, and miserable North Cork. Would you believe, Waynemus Prime? I'm technically North Cork as well. So weirdly, even though I'm nowhere near it, like I'm a good hour away from it, my address is Mallow, which is weird because I'm a good hour away from it. I'd be way closer to Fermoy than I would be to Mallow. But I was looking at some land up around... Jesus, it's kind of out of my head now. Where was I looking at land? Out around Kanturk area, but it's just so far from everything. I don't know, man. But Kanturk is lovely, but it's just so far from everything. And Stephen for £2 says, a computer I supplied broke. No, my don't even start. Don't even start. PC Master Race, people. This one, I kind of partially disassembled it. I actually, do you know what I need to get? If anybody knows which ones to get, let me know. I'll probably get them on Amazon. The little things for taking off all this shit. I've fixed one before. And like, for a guy that, the closest thing I can fix is a Harley. I can fix you a Harley, and I can fix you a pretty mean dinner. I'm a good cook, and I'm good at fixing Harleys. But other than that, I couldn't fix anything, like, at all. And surprisingly, I managed to fix one of those before. It's about 5 years old. It's a M1 chip one. It's a good feckin' laptop. Apple Master Race people. It's not called a laptop. It's called a portable. They don't call it a laptop. Apple will not call it a laptop. I remember when I used to work for Apple, I skived my way into that job. I'll never forget, right? I can probably admit this now because it was like 12 years ago. Doing the video interview for my job at Apple for tech support. Yes, me working in tech support, iOS. My buddy Alan, he watches quite a bit. He lives up in Mayo now as well, actually. Was standing behind the screen when I was doing my interview, and they were asking me questions about iOS operating systems. So I hadn't a fucking clue. I hadn't a clue what they were asking me. And Alan was giving me all the answers, and I got the job. And I very quickly realized that in a lot of tech support situations, as a tech support agent, I don't know any more than you. I'm just better at Googling than you are. That is basically it. Get iFix toolset. I will check that out. Thank you so much indeed. Stephen for $5 says, give me a buzz later and I'll sort it for you. Oh, that'd be brilliant. If you know a way that we can get that working, that'd be fantastic. Wayne Miss Prime says, Canturk's nice, Jesus, sure you're not a million miles away from myself. Roughly whereabouts, obviously don't, dox yourself or anything, but rough. Oh, Jesus, what did I do here? Oh, Christ. How do I know? I kind of zoomed in on something there and I made a bollocks of it all together. Roughly whereabouts are you? So, like, let's say you wanted to get to Fermoy. Would you be going south from where you're at, or would you be going north or something? You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, definitely, Stephen, that'd be fantastic if you could talk me through that. I need to get the tool first. I have one. I have one somewhere, but as this might demonstrate, me finding anything can be a bit of a ball ache. So I think my chat's broken. Can somebody just say something in the side chat, because it doesn't seem to be running on my side? Nope, there it is. Let me see here now. There's quite a lot of people. There's quite a lot of people that watch this stream that will be good with computers and stuff, Marge. Stephen will be able to probably put you in touch with somebody. There's quite a few people watching. I'm terrible with computers. I wouldn't know where to get one. If there was a tree that grew computers, I couldn't find it. Wayne says, let's say you'll pass me on the way to Limerick, if you catch my meaning. See, I would go. I'm just trying to think where I would go now if I was going to Limerick. I'm not going to say, just in case. I don't want anybody tracking you down, Wayne. Oh, hold on there now. Let's have a look. I have to open Google Maps here now because I need to know. Limerick is a fantastic. Oh, there could be two places. See, I'd often be going up to Care and Cashel and places like that. My missus is from up that way. So yeah. So I'd be heading that direction usually, and I'd briefly glance off of Limerick. But let's say, would you say if I was going from Mallow to Limerick, that kind of direction? If so, then I think I know roughly whereabouts you're at. Oh yeah, that'd be really cool. If that's cool with you, Stephen, I'd happily do that. Can you just send me your email address? Or actually, Stephen, if you put your email address in the side chat, I'll I don't think I have to actually approve it for you. I think you're already a moderator, aren't you? Surely. No, for some reason, no, but I will make you one now. So if you want to put your email in the side chat for anybody who does need help with computer stuff and products and all that. Yep, I know where you are. Yes, I will be stuck in traffic there. Yep. So that is Stephen at ifusenetworks.com. Basically, my first ever. Hold on, let me just text Stephen and ask him if it's okay for me to say this first. Hold on. Sorry, no, I know I'm taking a bit of time here, but it's worth it. It's just a formality. I just got to ask Stephen first because I think it'll be fine, but I just want to, because this is actually kind of exciting for me. Hell yes, he said yes. This is exciting for me. This live stream is brought to you by my first ever sponsor, iFuse Networks. Stephen has been a great supporter of this channel, has helped me out no end with tech stuff. I'm useless at tech stuff. I'm not that bad. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably a 4. And yeah, absolutely. Stephen's been just such an amazing help. I can't even begin to describe. And we're really good mates off air. We chat all day and send each other ridiculous memes that probably get us both in trouble. But I'm tech support, fix many different things. That's really cool. There's a lot of techie people that watch my channel, and I'm not techie, man. I'm about as techie as a caveman. As you can probably tell from a load of my streams, I'm a solid 3. Come on, man. That's probably true. To be fair, that's true. Like I struggled with my toaster yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I think I seen somewhere bring them up earlier. Someone bring. Oh, probably yeah. That's my main man. So anyway, let's have a look at this one. Hold on, am I on the right fucking? See what I mean? I'm gonna get I'm planning on getting a Stream Deck. I have it on my iPad, so I might kind of use it through that. We'll wait and see. I'm thinking about just buying a proper Stream Deck. I feel for whatever reason like it might help. Shit, which one was the one where the dude was causing trouble earlier? Wait, no, hold on. I'm just gonna make sure I've got the right fucking. All right, give me 1 second here. Now. There's a young lady here that was in a bit of bother. Hold on, no, I'm sorry, no, just finding the right one because I don't want to. But basically, this lady, it was absolutely hilarious. But it was the way that the two lawyers were going at each other. So which one is it that? Just making sure I get the right screen to share.
I'm not crazy. Mr. Bingham, your case isn't in here.
That sounds great, Steven. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate everything you do. Really do. Okay, this isn't the guy anyway.
Off, I can't
Because the
find
guy's a lady, I think. Modern world, you never know.
it here now.
Made that
Straight.
mistake the other day. Big time.
The
Big
blood
time.
alcohol says 1. Is 1. I have no idea what the
Where is this young lady? Good to see you, Pegs.
missing
Happy
work
New Year.
right now.
Yeah.
Fair, fat. 11 of 23
Come on, man.
show. Well, it didn't
I had it on the right place and then I
on multiple.
feckin' pressed something.
237. File number flowed out in the system, and then tell her she needs to get over here.
Maybe I'm on the wrong one again. I think I
Felony
might be.
charge, possession of methamphetamine.
Oh, son of a. I think I was on the wrong one that whole time. I must have been. Hold on now. Nope, that was the right one. I just don't know where she's at. Maybe it was earlier on in the fucking thing.
And thank you for saying good morning.
Good morning.
Was it years? We started at 8:15. Is the process where the judge
This is the one.
Right up
This is
here.
the one.
there is a drink.
I was just at the wrong part of the video. You can get your Irish Demon mugs link down below. Except I can't get into my
Good
account for some
morning,
reason.
Frank.
Good morning.
I'm not concerned about not having him here. I'm simply going to get him an attorney. All right, this is.
Oh, wait a
Todd
minute. Wait a minute. Sorry, I have
Eugene
two
Allen.
fucking
That's
things
you,
going on.
sir?
Yes, sir.
Department. The other charge is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90.
Oh, what the hell, man?
That one. So the
I thought I had the
court
right one.
appearance is at 8:30 in the morning on Tuesday.
Johnson here in Three Rivers.
Lads, I might have had the wrong video altogether. Hold on. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me get
Well,
on
I
to.
suspect December 21st was a real bad day. But this can always be resolved either with some sort of negotiated plea or with a hearing. If we need to have one, you're entitled to have a trial. So I'm going to have the officer take you out.
Hold on.
We'll
I'm
get a
just looking
court
through
appointed
here.
attorney to help you. I will be here on January 16th. So we'll see where this goes. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right.
Christ above. I
You're
don't know what
good
I
to
did
go.
here.
Where you are, you don't have to stand up. But I think I sent Mr. Ware's case clip to the one. And thank you, Frank.
And attorney.
Ah, lads.
He sent me that on
For fuck.
December.
Okay, give me a minute here now. I'm gonna have to have a squiz around here and see what the story is. I'm just trying to remember what fucking court it was in. Well, like it was obviously in this court, but maybe he had 3 separate ones today. Hold on now. Okay, so it's not this one that I have, not the one that's open here. God damn. Okay, yeah, it's definitely 2 out of 10 now. What's this one? Ah, Jesus. Okay, it must have been the one. It must be this one that I'm on.
29th, last Friday. 20, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct, or attempt. That is one sentence. Allegation is that you bribed or intimidated someone, Brittany Ibbotson, to keep her from testifying in some sort of a legal matter. That is a felony.
Oh, that's interesting. All right,
And
let's
as in the last case, you're entitled to
screw it. Let's watch this one as well in the meantime, and I'll see if I can find the fucking other
hitting
one.
or interfering with a witness.
Some Turtle Boy kind of stuff here.
Jay Felt. Yes, he sent me that on December 29th, last Friday. We were closed, but I checked my email from home. So let's tell you what the charge is and get things situated here.
I would just like to say, please don't judge iFuse Network's tech abilities on my own, because if it wasn't for iFuse Network's tech abilities, I'd be smashing 2 stones together right now trying to start a fucking fire or something. That's how bad I am. So it is thanks to iFuse Networks legitimately as my sponsor now, which is pretty cool, that I am live right this moment. So please don't blame them for me being as bad as I am. Blame them for me being live. All right, so I'm going to just play this and run and get a cup of coffee, and I'll be right back.
Alleges that on or about November 20th, I'll just read it the way it's written. This is stilted legal language written by lawyers, but the charge is bribing or intimidating or interfering with a witness. You did by threat or intimidation, discourage or attempt to discourage an individual from attending as a witness, testifying or giving information at, or willfully impede, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct, or attempt to willfully impede, interfere with, prevent, or obstruct the ability of a witness to attend, testify, or provide information in or for an official proceeding. That is one sentence. One very bad sentence. Anyway, allegation is that you bribed or intimidated someone, Brittany Ibbotson, to keep her from testifying in some sort of a legal matter. That is a felony. And as in the last case, you're entitled to have a preliminary examination. It's punishable by up to 4 years in prison. And this has to do with Miss Meyer's case, which we dealt with a little while ago in the month of December. This is 232310 FY. Show a plea of not guilty. Retained Jay Felt. Mr. Felt had an unfortunate encounter with a horse and has been limping around on crutches, but hopefully he'll be better as we get through here. I'm going to set pre-exam conference for the same date, January 16th at 8:30, and a prelim if necessary for January 23rd.
Did I just hear him say excuse me, that was absolutely gross. I am sorry. Did I just hear him say that he had an unfortunate incident with a fucking horse and now he's limping as a result of that? Like, oh God. The euphemisms.
As we get through here, I'm going to set pre-exam conference for the same date, January 16th at 8:30. And a prelim if necessary for January 23rd
On chat.
at 1.
Oh, that's hot. That's fucking hot.
I guess that's all I need to do. Are you still at the Town Line Road address?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, as I said, Mr. Felt let me know over the holiday that he was going to be representing you. This arraignment is a process where you come in and the court actually takes jurisdiction. It's kind of a nuisance to have to drive in here early on a Tuesday to plead not guilty, but it's
Anyway,
January the 16th. And it makes us all hungry in here.
I was thinking Mr. Hands too. That's exactly what I was thinking. Do yourself a favor. Do not Google it. God, that's old school internet. Where is this lady, man?
Is that Three Rivers
Excuse me.
that you got stopped on Broadway near Constantine first. Mr.
I'm so confusion right now.
Yeah.
At any rate, you can hire an attorney of your own. She has a
What the feck? Lads, it's freezing in the studio.
237.
Remember you
And Nathan, yes, he's not here.
I'm so confused, man. I had a really good one and I don't know where it's gone.
Showing up. For her too.
Well, like, it's got to be back
Oh,
further.
she
then.
also owes us. Sorry about your luck. Here so far. Which case are you here on? Ireland, Australia,
Hey!
Ireland. Good morning, sir. All right. Hello to everyone from Ireland, Australia,
Yes!
and thank you for saying good morning.
Lads, I have to find this case. It's driving me mad. Am I tripping? Did I
We
imagine it?
McManus, who started our court, we get a lot done between cases this morning are felonies. Come right up to the podium if you will. The other sheet that
Technically, yes, here, he's on the
Hold
other
on.
side right
Hold
now.
on a minute. Hold on a minute. I think I'm all wrong here. I think I'm completely wrong on which stream this was. Because if I remember correctly, and I don't, it was all right. So there's only 2 streams from today, right? There's only 2. So it's got to be one of those, right? Because it was live. And I feel like it was the fucking first one.
I do not.
you still live on M86. It's not in here, but your case isn't in here. And intimidating
I
or
am so
interfering
confused.
with a witness. You did by threat or intimidation.
So it's got to be the other one. I'm very confusion right now. Very confusion.
Stanley from Grand Rapids.
Right, so there's old mate with
And
the
my son's
Celtic jersey
hurt.
on.
My son is in basketball.
And I don't know,
And
was
you're
it,
out on a Friday
was it
night in the
after that?
parking lot behind the store. I will see you for sentence review, we'll call it.
And then we had this fella. So unless it was during that stream?
File 232240 contest to this charge.
Did they delete it maybe? Would they have deleted one? Surely not, though. No. Lads. I don't know what's going up. It's I'm very confused now, I must say. Hold on, Hold on now. What kind of cold medicine have you been taking? I know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, was I imagining it? Like, did this actually happen? So she was in on, it was a, what fucking was it? Right, so there's the bio in the white.
Cam
wasn't him.
videos or other things that I'm going to appoint an attorney.
Lads, I am very confused now. They must have deleted one. Could it be the other stream for today? Yeah, I checked both of them. So I'm not sure. Maybe. Hold on.
All right,
Could it
well,
be this
let's
one?
see here. Do you see the red light?
Yeah, the red light's on.
Can you hear me through the headphones?
No, but I can actually hear you pretty well today. Adam.
Oh,
All right,
wait,
well then take the headphones.
wait a fucking minute. I might have been completely wrong, and I think I just realized what happened. Wait, let me
All
confirm.
right. You were put on probation on charge of impaired driving.
Ah, double face palm. I am. Oh my god. I'm a donkey, is what I am. Oh, for fuck. Hold on, I'm going to tell my neighbors. Hi, lads. Where is he? Never mind. Yeah, I'm a donkey. So I have just discovered what happened. So I decided to go back and look into my viewing history from earlier today. As I was engaged in making soup for Chloe, what I believe may have happened, Jesus, when the first live stream ended from this morning, it auto played to the next one on the list, which is from 2 weeks ago. For fuck's sake. So, breaking news from 2 weeks ago. Oh, for God's sake. I can't believe this. I swear on my honor, I thought that this was live from today, but it's not. This is from 2 weeks ago. Because when I saw it was like 2 weeks ago, I was like, wait a minute, that's not right. I mean, I know I drank a lot of whiskey over the last couple of weeks, but I didn't lose 2 whole feckin' weeks. Irish Demon Does Tech. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I just rushed into this. Is what happened. It's still funny. Like, I'm sure you still want to see it. Like, it's still funny. Actually, never mind. I just invented the time machine. Hold on. Let me see first. And that looks like a time machine. Nope. No, nothing. We're going to watch it anyway because it's funny. It's funny. Just the way the lawyers go at each other. You know what? Now that I think about it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I have been quite sick. And so I think maybe it's because I was sick that I forgot that I actually just, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I already heard this video a couple of weeks ago when it happened. I knew it sounded a little bit familiar. Oh, damn it. I am sorry. I knew it sounded familiar, like a little bit familiar. I was probably listening to it in the car or when I was out in the farm doing other stuff and wasn't completely concentrated on it. So it basically auto-played once the last stream this morning finished. Oh, what a donkey. Anyway, let's watch it anyway because it's still funny. Yes, autoplay, the undoing of us all. It drives me nuts sometimes. Like the other night, I love to watch like cabin building videos to get to sleep, right? Both of us do. And it's just like all you hear is just gentle sawing and light tapping of a hammer, all that kind of stuff. And we both fall asleep to those all the time. And it's a dream of ours is to build our own cabin on our own piece of land, right? And then about 4 o'clock in the morning, boop, autoplay comes on, and it was literally videos of the world's biggest explosions, which I probably like. That's the kind of shit I watch. I just watch the most random stuff. My view history on YouTube is so bizarre. It's so random. And so yeah, I turned that off and I put back on another one of these. Like I like those camping in the snow videos. They're like 3 hours long, and it's just the sound of a guy boiling a kettle and all that kind of stuff. And that auto played at about 6 o'clock in the morning to what was it? Oh, WrestleMania, like from 1998, the Royal Rumble or something. I'm not really big into wrestling. I used to be as a kid, and I was watching heaps of wrestling over the last few weeks because my nephew was over. He loves wrestling. So for like the next 3 days, YouTube were like, "Ooh, you watched a wrestling video. That must be all you ever want to watch." And basically every single recommended video was wrestling. Or Chloe looks up something about makeup. I'm like, please don't do it on my computer, or please don't do it on the iPad, because all I'll get is like, why my facial elixir cream is making me spotty. I don't give a shite why your whatever cream is making you spotty. And it's, oh God, drives me mad. Anyway, sorry, small rant, had to do it. Let's have a listen to this, because it's actually really good the way that the lawyers are just like, you know what? Fuck you. Start watching some Homestead. I love Homestead videos. End up watching a fella telling you how to fire an RPG. You go through this rabbit hole. I can't even begin to imagine the things that I've learned while I'm asleep because of like autoplay. Say it's all. I love Homestead videos. I love tiny home videos. My plan by the end of this summer is to buy a piece of land. That's my absolute goal by the end of the summer. And we're going to launch a whole new channel, basically us turning that land into a homestead with a house that we're going to build with our own fair hands and the studio. So that's like this whole new channel that I want to go with. And my goal is to start it by the end of the summer. As long as I can buy a piece of land, then I'm good to go, you know? That's the plan. So I absolutely love homesteads, and I certainly love gnomesteads. But anyway, point being, when I'm asleep, it's like you wake up and it's like Russian subtitled how to fire an RPG effectively. Make your own, I don't know, soda stream liquid, or how to use an impact driver motor to get up to mischief. And I'm like, how did this even happen? How do we get here? And some mornings I'll check my view history. I'm like, why did the Romans use sponges as toilet paper? And why did they share them? And it's like, oh, it's just bizarre. Anyway, rant over. Let's watch this. It's actually really funny. I love how laid back the lawyers are in this whole case. You're like, yeah, you know what? Screw you. It's just really funny the way they do it.
You were put on probation on charge of impaired driving last March with our probation agent, Daniel Frazine. Daniel will be up here in a minute.
Oh, my
And
ads
he
are
spent a lot of
crazy.
time on this probation, and frankly, so did you. But I thought TJ was gonna be here, this or not. Would you see if TJ's out there? I told him we were gonna start this at 9:30, and we're actually a little early.
Okay, so just to give some background real quick for anybody who's just joining us. So this lady is on parole, and she's on parole for driving while intoxicated. And part of that is not allowed to use any substances, basically, be that alcohol or otherwise. Now, she tests positive, I believe, for alcohol, and she also has diluted tests. And she's been thrown a bone here because generally she's been doing really good on her parole. So she's been thrown a bone, and she still denies that she used alcohol. And it's just the way the lawyers interact on this that I just find to be really, really funny. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope that fills you in.
And normally the prosecutor doesn't show up at the probation violation arraignment, but he was here and he wanted to participate,
I know.
or at least be aware of it.
I'm going to get to the
For
good
a
bit.
camera down there, these Jazz cameras.
Whoa, what?
Daniel, what do you have for a camera down there? Just one of these on top of your?
Yep.
I think it wouldn't interface with these Jazz cameras.
Jazz cameras.
Can you
choose that, you could just choose that one, right?
Well,
Or select it.
probably, but
TJ Reed, right?
yes,
Somewhere in the settings anyways.
like I said, the time to practice isn't 1 minute before the show time, so that was on me.
Tell me about it. That's the
Well,
story of my life.
I saw that system, I'm like, what is this? Because normally we don't use that, and it downloaded it as it was clicking me on, and boom, it just popped up. Took about 3 minutes.
I hear TJ approaching.
Yeah, he's
He's
just next door.
Can anybody explain what a jazz camera is,
Again,
please?
he probably may not have much to say, but he said he was here and he would appear for this.
Oh, he has some stuff to say, all right.
Normally, the prosecutor doesn't appear at the PV arraignment.
But I heard Mr. Taylor was gonna be here, so I missed
So he
the
thought he
opportunity.
get in on this. All right, let's call it again. People versus Eva Bernice Holman, 222569OD. Ms. Holman was placed on a probation last March on a charge of impaired driving with Daniel Frizine and has spent a lot of time and effort on this. Daniel filed a probation violation alleging that you failed to abstain from the use of drugs or alcohol or submit to a test upon demand of a probation officer or police officer or judge.
That's a
The
nice
matter
suit.
set for arraignment today. So the arraignment is I just tell you what the allegation is. Now, you've taken the extra step of having Mr. Taylor with you, and that's fine with us. You would have a right to have a hearing regarding the probation
That's
violation.
probably true, actually.
When you're on probation, you no longer have a right to be proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the violation. The standard is lower, it's a preponderance. And you don't have a right to have a jury trial. You do have a right to have an attorney, and if you'd asked me, I would have appointed an attorney for you. But you've retained Mr. Taylor, and he's following this case all the way through, and that's fine with us. So
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt for that. That I actually didn't even think that it could be a completely different word. My ears popped going up a hill about 3 days ago, and they haven't unpopped yet from having this bit of a head cold. But Becky says JAVS, Judicial Audio Visual System, not jazz. Brilliant. Well done. That's well spotted. I was just like, what the
Daniel
hell?
gave a status report, which you have a copy of, Mr. Taylor.
I have the petition with the probation violation. I don't know if I have a copy of the status
All right,
report.
well, I guess, Daniel, why don't you let him see your copy of that?
I will just
It
say,
details how things started to go.
I'm sorry, but I have to, because this actually came up. If you'll excuse this pun that's about to be made, this actually came up in conversation the other day. Somebody asked what JAV was, and I can't remember what the context was. And somebody said that it means Japanese adult video. All right. And I had not heard about that. I said it to my friend where we were in a pub. I said to him, I was like, what's Japanese adult video? And like, because I didn't put two and two together, basically. And then he was like, oh, you know, Japanese videos with adults that they're all blurred. And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's JAV. So anyway, I just said I'd point that out. Thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Teresa Brewer, really do appreciate it. And just so you know, I'll probably be live again later this evening. If Chloe's up to it, we'll do a bit of a what would you call it? Jesus Murphy. Can't think, my brain. Not enough caffeine. We'll do a bit of a podcast if she's feeling up to it. If not, I'll just stream something else myself. Good to see you, Lisa Dorn. Happy New Year.
It started out okay, and there were some struggles. There were some issues regarding the community service and some other things. On October 18th, she tested positive for marijuana.
Just one
And,
marijuana.
Then on October 31st, she was positive for alcohol and marijuana.
Sounds like a good
And
night.
then she was diluted.
It's diluted, by the
On November
way.
3rd, defendant denied drinking, denied being diluted, said she wasn't trying to dilute her results, and they talked about that. Daniel advised her if you just admitted it, we would just increase the AA attendance or do some community service or some other sanction. Although this is not correct, defendant stated something about an attorney, and he said you can do what you want. However, a PV has to be filed first. Attorneys are not allowed a probation violation arraignment. That's not correct. They're allowed. They're just not appointed until a
Will do,
probation
Lisa.
violation arraignment. And then he goes on to say in the last paragraph, defendant has been polite with this officer, and although she has some hiccups in a few spots, she has done what she has been asked to do, with the exception of refraining from alcohol. Whether this officer agrees with the fact that the marijuana card have exceptions, that doesn't matter. It is what our legislators decide. The defendant was able to use marijuana, which she stated would help her sleep, anxiety, and not drink. It did not, and she consumed alcohol while she was on a term of probation, which this officer believes points to a bigger issue with alcohol than the defendant is willing to admit to. Without the defendant being willing to admit to the use of alcohol, there is nothing else to be gained from a continued term of probation. Defendant has completed all the other obligations, so this officer is recommending either an unsuccessful discharge or 1 or 2 days of jail if the defendant is found guilty of the probation violation, and a successful discharge, whichever the court decides is most appropriate. So Ms. Holman, Mr. Taylor certainly knows this. You have a right to either admit to this violation or deny it. If you admit to the violation, then I'll decide what the sanction is. Either way, Daniel would like to terminate this probation and get off your back. If you plead not guilty to the violation, we'll set a hearing. Mr. Taylor can be here to represent you, and they'll have to prove that you either consumed alcohol or failed to test. Do you understand? Mr. Taylor, have you had a chance to discuss this with your client?
No, I
Okay.
mean, this is the first I've been made aware of this, Your Honor. However, Mr. Prezone's recommendation of unsuccessful discharge with discontinuing probation and no jail was what I was going to suggest as a resolution, due to the fact she's completed the Prime for Life class. She's completed 24 hours of community service. She's completed 24 AA meetings. As the court noted, she was placed on probation on March 13th for 1 year. Her 6 months for eligibility for early discharge would have run on September 13th, which was prior to the violations alleged in this point, right? So she was eligible, she was eligible for early discharge, she was continued on probation past that point. She's completed everything that probation would want her to do. I think she would be happy being released from probation, as long as the court wasn't going to order any other jail time.
Daniel, what's your thought?
That's fine with me, Your Honor.
Ms. Holman, ultimately, this will be on you. And Daniel, I don't think meant to tell you you couldn't have a lawyer at your arraignment, but generally we don't appoint one until we have the arraignment, and then you either admit or deny. But you've done a pretty good job, and people who have substance abuse issues aren't evil. They struggle. And if it was easy, everybody would just quit. So you've been mostly alcohol-free since last March. We have reservations about marijuana use for people who are on probation on a substance abuse charge. In fact, all over the state is a big subject of debate. Michigan first passed the medical marijuana law that allowed people who were over 21 to use marijuana for legitimate medical purposes, and you have a medical marijuana card. Then Michigan voters overwhelmingly passed recreational marijuana. And as you know, anybody that's over 21 can smoke marijuana if they wish to. Our probations, in fact, like most probations around the state for drinking, driving, or drug charges prohibit marijuana use, except for medical marijuana purposes. In fact, there's a case, and Daniel alludes to it here. It wasn't what the legislation said, that the legislation enabled medical marijuana, and the case said people can use medical marijuana even if they're on probation, if it's legitimate. So that debate will
that's what
continue to go on.
That's what John Black's
But
referring to
there's no
there.
point in having any additional probation. All fines and costs are paid.
Yes,
That's a fabulous suit.
we went in December, so it's $40, but
All right.
What is that noise, man?
Do you admit that you used some alcohol during this term?
No, I was sick.
Well, let me ask this. Do you admit that your test was diluted?
Chief, do you admit that you used some NyQuil
I did because I was sick for 2 weeks.
and that NyQuil contains some alcohol?
I mean,
I
that offends my sensibility at this
Yes,
point.
it
Well,
does.
that is the
You're
numbers.
on probation, you're told not to do something, she's given the opportunity not to get jail and just to be done. And she's in denial to the point she's gonna try to
Which
allude
is
that
why-
she used NyQuil.
Which is why Daniel wants to revoke the
Well,
probation.
then I would say put some jail time component to it if we just get to do whatever we want to the court and not listen to the court rules and come in and say, well, I'm not gonna admit to doing wrong. I mean, come on, look
Well-
at the test results.
The NyQuil is something that would still make someone test positive.
That's
for-
not at
for
that
alcohol.
level.
not at that level. Come on.
And I had a thorough discussion about the NyQuil. I covered that quite
Right,
clearly.
but generally you tell people not to use NyQuil, right?
Well,
I mean,
Your
that's-
Honor, at this
because they
point,
can-
just set it for the hearing. I mean, this is ridiculous.
All right.
Just hold on a second.
All right.
I have a guess, right? I want people to guess in the side chat. What is the lawyer saying to her right now? Like, hey, look, the whole NyQuil thing, that ain't going to fly, right? Like, clearly you were wasted. You'd have to drink probably 6 liters of NyQuil to be able to have a test like that. And your other test was diluted. And you had that other substance in your system. That's literally, I can't say it on YouTube because I get demonetized. Come on, man. Just own up, be done with it. Let's be real. Let me get a 1 in the side chat if you think it was NyQuil, or 2 if it definitely wasn't NyQuil.
Okay.
And for those watching at home later, because I'm going to upload this as a separate video because it's breaking news from 2 weeks ago. Again, I'm sorry about that. I want you to do the same in the site, in the comment section down below. Let me know. Do you think, yes, it was NyQuil clearly, and this lady had a cold and she needs to be released immediately, or 2, it clearly was not NyQuil because she was white girl wasted? Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below for those watching back, or 2 in the side chat if you're watching live. So far, not a single 1.
I think she's ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Say that again.
She's ready to proceed with entering plea. All right.
Translation, Your Honor, she's ready to drop the bullshit talk and tell you what actually happened.
You're right. What Daniel's concerned about is the defendant's lack of candor. It insults all of our intelligence to think that she got to that level of alcohol a day or 2 later. If she drank NyQuil like 2 minutes before she went in to take the test, it might have registered. But you're talking about 1 ounce of NyQuil, which is like 12%. I'm not even sure it has alcohol in it.
It
But
does.
at any rate,
some of it, not all of it.
this is not from NyQuil, unless you drank 4 bottles of it. So all you have to do is admit, and that's where we're at Stonewall. Daniel's like, there's no sense of putting her on probation unless she'll tell me the truth. And she's in denial, and you're paying a lot of money to stay in denial. And as Mr. Reed said, just tell us the truth and we'll call it good. We've taken it as far as we can, and the one you're ultimately hurting is yourself. So the test was on October 31st, positive for alcohol. Sometime around Halloween, did you drink some alcohol?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Did you drink some alcohol?
I guess. Yes, I did, I guess. Yes.
What was it?
Butterscotch.
All right,
Scotch.
that wasn't so hard.
So not NyQuil. So you just perjured yourself? Was she under oath? Are you under oath in a in one of these hearings? That it's what you call it? What are these hearings called again? Probation violation hearing. I assume they're under oath, but I don't remember him putting her under oath. So I don't know. Is it perjury at that point? I don't know. What do you guys think? They are under oath. Okay.
The concern we have is this, I think, is your first offense. And the test was in the 1314 range. But you probably have inherited the alcohol gene. And Daniel's concern is we got you this far. We don't want you to slide back to the bottom of the hill. So the first person you have to acknowledge it to is yourself. But I'll note that you admitted the violation. I'm not sure how much of it you drank, but it was not NyQuil, which is really why we're here. If you even acknowledged to Daniel that you had drank, he probably would have done some community service. We would have finished the probation and been done with it. But I think he feels he's taken it as far as he can. All right, Mr. Reed. Stated the position of the court. There was an agreement. So, all right, I'm not sure if you feel like you just told me what I wanted to hear, but I do believe you drank some alcohol on the 30th or 31st of October. All right, your probation is revoked. As Mr. Taylor said, you were on probation. 1 year probation can be completed at the end of 6 months. It was extended a little bit, as Daniel indicated, because there were some hiccups. There's no sense to continue the probation. You did some service for somebody that didn't qualify as community service. Then you actually did the community service. You did crime for life. You took a lot of tests. Now it's on you. We've taken you as far as you can go. You're either gonna fall back in the pit or continue to get on with your life. All right, you're free to go.
And was the court, I believe there was $40 extra of.
No, I'm waiving all
I think you're
fines.
waiving those.
We're only 3 days.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just
December.
didn't know what,
No. Besides.
Thank you, Judge.
Merry Christmas, TJ.
Hey, thanks, you as well. See ya.
All right, TJ, now you can actually.
Well, there we have it. So wasn't NyQuil. I actually didn't see that to the end earlier. By earlier, I don't mean 2 weeks earlier. So again, I do apologize for that. But it was still kind of interesting. It was like, oh, come on. Because it's got that like typical Michigan accent, come on, Your Honor. No, it was really good though. I thought it was kind of fun. I like when it's a little bit more casual like that sometimes, because I think it does go straight to the bigger issue of what's going on. And you can cut through a lot of the bullshit. That's what I love about Judge Middleton's court. You can cut through a lot of the bullshit and get straight to the issues, as I think it was Johnny May was saying there earlier. And that's what I love about it. There's no messing around. You just kind of get done what needs to be done, and you're done at that point. I said done a few times there now, but I'm just going to have a look here, see what other courts are live. A lot has happened since since I kind of had a bit of time off air and I was going through a bit of shit and just kind of took my time coming back. My understanding is Judge DeSanto's court was closed down because it got prawn bombed. And is it the case there's not a whole load of court on today, as far as I'm aware? I haven't seen a lot on. Judge, is it Gauthier or Gouter or whatever the fuck? He's live anyway. Judge Bryant's live. We might take a look at that. That's always an interesting court. It can be a lot of fun. It can be kind of boring sometimes. Licking County can be really fun. What did I just open? Holy shit. Okay, we got to check this out. Something about Epstein. What the hell is this? Oh, this is about to get weird. This is about to get very strange. I don't know what I just walked in on here, but I think I might need an adult. Right? It just randomly, when I saw the list of court stuff.
Can you do this? Huh?
He's got a lot of people watching too,
Can you
man.
do this?
121,000 subs.
Can you do this? You can't even do this, right? You are. I could dig up my nose, nigga.
Why?
Let me go wash my hands.
Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't understand what's going on here at all. I just looked up court and live. Which is this one? Johnny May says, I have the video for you. I can send over Discord. Sent it to Colin and he approved the censorship. What's that one? I don't know what you're talking about, Johnny. oh, yeah. If you don't mind.
Broke, nigga.
What?
My fingers work fine, nigga. How about that? Ain't nothing broke over here, bro, fucker. You pocket watching ass, dirty ass pig. Y'all keep listening to those broke niggas. Yeah, man. Shit working fine over here, nigga. Can you do this? Can you do the Vulcan handshake? Can you do this? Can you do the Vulcan handshake, nigga?
Yes, I can.
You can't even, when your niggas leave, you can't even go, peace, my niggas. You know what I'm saying? You like, salute, my nigga. Salute.
What is going on here, man?
Ain't nobody broke. You the broke motherfucker. Your battery stopped working, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Your motherfucking battery stopped working. You need to go, somebody need to roll your ass over to one of these Tesla motherfucking robot outlets.
What?
Hook your ass up to one of them shits.
What is this guy talking? Okay, let's chat with him. Let's see what he's going on.
Somebody take that nigga to the fucking Tesla factory. Let them hook his ass up, his chair up, and get him a recharge. Because that motherfucker broke. Out here calling people broke. Dirty ass pig.
I just asked him, what's this all about? Watching from Ireland. Let's see what he has to say. I think this guy might be kind of a sob sit type guy based on some of this. See, look, that's what I'm talking about. View history, darts.
What I want to get into real quick.
Let's hear it.
All right. Check this out. Your boy, Greg Caden. All right. Let's recap real quick. Now, remember how Greg Caden got to Keefe D, right? Remember
these words. Are these words? I don't know what I have no idea what a single bit of that meant.
Greg Caden got to Keefe D, right? Remember when
Keefe D. Oh yeah, Epstein list is here. Keefe D in court today. Greg Caden caught us again. Choke no joke. I don't know what this is about. This just randomly came across my desk. Here at the news desk.
Was the original suspect
He's gone again.
Was the original suspect. Oh,
He gone. Oh, the Epstein flight log has been released, apparently. Okay. All right, then. That was an education in lack of education, I think. Let's have a look. All right, so we're going to have a look at Judge Bryant. Okay, no, we're not, because she just ended and looks like deleted. That was fucking weird. All right, let's have a look. Licking court next. We'll see if there's anything happening here. I don't know if there's anything happening.
Okay, anything further from the people,
No, thank you.
from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you then, Mr. Mitchell.
All right, God bless. Thank you.
Mr. Mitchell has radio voice. All right, let's see if we got anything else come up here. There's not a whole lot of court stuff on today, I'm afraid.
Oh, and Mr. Keel, I guess we can call, we did talk off the record about People versus Sean Swindle, 23-6572 FH. My understanding is there's a need to put that over till tomorrow morning. Is that right, Mr. Keel?
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask that that be scheduled for sentencing tomorrow morning.
Any objection, Ms. Goodrich?
No objection.
Okay, so we're gonna just put over Mr. Swindle's sentencing to tomorrow morning, January 3rd at 10:30 a.m. And you're in good enough communication with him that he'll be aware of that date and time, Mr. Keel?
Yes, Your Honor. I did text him a few moments ago. He's aware.
Okay, very good. All right, we have a remote participant on iPhone. Can you tell me your name?
Jeremy Ramirez.
All right, so this is People versus Jeremy Ramirez, file 23-6687 FH. And Mr. Keel, are you counsel on this one?
I am, Your Honor. This is retained. Mr. Ramirez and I are currently working this out with the prosecutor. This is the first docket call. We would ask perhaps to have this rescheduled to the end of the month.
I'd love to
give
do a
us,
collaborative.
additional time to negotiate a final settlement in this matter.
February 6th at 11:20, is that all right?
I'm just kind of skimming around to see if there's anything else worth looking at.
Sure, that's fine.
Any objection, Ms. Goodrich?
No objection.
And do you request Zoom appearance for Mr. Ramirez allowed?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, we're gonna continue your date to February 6th at 11:20 in the morning. You may Zoom in as you have today, but be in touch with Mr. Keough. If he'd rather have you here in person, do what he says. Otherwise, we'll see you then December 6th at 11:20, okay?
Okay, thank
So
In violation here. And Mr. Virgo, do you know how your client wishes to proceed on those matters?
Your Honor, we would request an adjournment at this time. Again, being new, just met with Ms. Bertram today. I'd like an opportunity to review some of the tests that have come in and work something out.
Okay.
No, I never saw it. I'd love to see it, though. I was quite unwell at the time.
Also, since she's in custody, I can put it out just a couple of weeks if that's enough time.
Preferably, Your Honor. Yes, thank you.
So we could put this out for January 16th at 11:40.
Is that video blurred out, Johnny May?
Okay, Mr. Juliet?
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Virgo, just how I like to do that in this courtroom. If you can just alert Mr. Juliet after you've met with your client, if you're intending for it to be a contested probation violation hearing, just give him a heads up so we can have the witnesses there. But if if it's not going to be, then he doesn't have to bother subpoenaing folks.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, so we'll see you next January 16th at 11:40.
Sorry, now just kind of looking around here to see if there's anything interesting. There's not a whole lot going on, but we'll see what we can find anyway. Oh, you son of a... Pressed the wrong thing, as always. Okay, so yeah, that led absolutely nowhere. Blurred is not the word I'd use, but I could never give up an opportunity to censor it. So it is censored, like, oh, it's safe to view. Okay, no, that was the most important thing. I wanted to make sure that, like, you know, I wouldn't catch any heat for that. Damn, man, I can't for some reason. Oh, I see. Shit, because it's a private video, I can't open it on this for some reason. But give me a sec here. I'm going to see if there's a way that I can. Never mind, I can't. Sorry about that. I've not seen this, so this is like totally news to me. But we'll not news. Obviously, I knew it happened. But let's have a look and see if we can find. Wait a minute. I got some shit going on in the background here now. Hold on. Okay, screw that one. That's boring. All right, let's have a look here now.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. And in what capacity are you here, ma'am?
I'm the victim's mother.
Okay. I understand you, stay on, I'm gonna have you keep your camera off, okay?
I'm sorry, I did not hear you.
I'm going to have your volume and camera turned off for a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Oh, so it was right at that moment that the bomb happened. Oh, that's so sad though, because it was such a really good. What the hell was that? It was such a really good stream to watch. Like, it was always really, really good. It is a shame it's gone. I doubt she'll be back. Excuse me. All right, let's have a look here for live courts and see what ones we find. So, like, some of these Indian courts are hilarious. Warren County, what's that? Bangers and Dinks. Oh wait, that's tennis. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just got to take a phone. Oh, hello. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I'll just be right out. I'm just on the air there, but I'll be right out there. Give me 2 minutes. Oh no, you're all good. I'll pop out there. I just need to find her key. Oh, I think I know where it is. I'll be right out there. Just give me 2 minutes. No panic. No bother. It's just my neighbor there. He needs me to move Chloe's car. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a whole lot of court stuff going on. Is it? It's not a holiday in the States, is it? All right. I'll just stick this on for a minute while I go move that car, and I'll be right back. God damn it. Talk about timing, huh? All right, we'll kick it back to here.
If you're
right
intending, many of us who
Enjoy.
aren't 20 years old anymore, we sometimes have stories about doing something foolish like this. And I think this is Mr. Curtis's foolish act, but I think overall he's been a good citizen, a good young man who made a mistake. We would ask the court to consider the collateral consequences here of the 90-day suspension and 6 points on his record. Obviously, the record on his driver's license, as well as the increased cost of insurance, the increased additional difficulties that he has in fashioning sentencing. I don't know if the court needs to sentence Mr. Curtis to jail, but we would ask the court to consider not doing that at this time. Thank you.
Do you know, was Mr. Curtis arrested on the charge and did he spend a night or?
You were arrested, were you not? 2 days? 2 days. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Curtis, it's not required that you would say anything here today. If you don't, I don't hold that against you, but you're also allowed to say anything if you wish. Is there any statement you wish to make? No.
Well, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Juliet, any recommendations from the people?
I largely agree with Mr. Keo on his assessment of this case. The only thing I will, I guess, disagree with is that there does need to be some sort of punitive component of this case. I mean, he hit 150 miles an hour, put others at risk, put himself at risk. There's a 15-day jail cap. Recognizing that most young men do make this mistake at least once or twice in their life. So I would just urge support. I do think jail is appropriate. I'll leave it any amount to the court's discretion.
I thank you, Mr. Curtis. If you please stand for the court sentence. Mr. Curtis, are you, you're a student where?
No, sir.
You're not a student. Where do you live? What town do you live?
Holden Lake, Your Honor.
Holden Lake. Okay. You live alone, you live with family, you live with friends?
I run a house, Your Honor.
You rent a house. Okay. You're the only occupant of that house?
Yes, sir.
You work?
Yes, Your Honor. Construction.
All right, well. Mr. Curtis, this, you know, we're all here today trying to balance what to do because, you know, young men sometimes do stupid things and you did a very stupid thing that day. The problem is, you know, place other people at risk of harm, not just placing your own life in jeopardy by going at those speeds on a motorcycle, but, you know, other people are on the roadway. Law enforcement that has to deal with that situation, you know, sometimes law enforcement have to, you know, chase after somebody fast, and every once in a while that goes bad for the law enforcement officer. I've known personally law enforcement friends who've been injured trying to chase after people, and then they get in a crash.
That was fun.
Life change.
They're knocking down a whole load of walls and stuff over there. Ow! What the hell? Ow! Ooh, this looks bad. My belt buckle's digging into me. Ow! Anyway, I got crumbs all over me there. I did pinch a biscuit on the way in. All right. So that was fun. Whew. I'm fucked after that. Word to the wise, don't run through a load of mud in slippers, because I am now one slipper down. The other one's out there in the mud somewhere, and the one remaining slipper is quite wet, so it's not fun. I'm just gonna have a scroll through the courts here again and see. Now, the other thing, somebody did message me, sent me a video of something Chili posted about a Karen cop going crazy or getting schooled, I think it was. I have it loaded ready to play. If anybody does want to see it, let me know in the side chat. Let me know with some shamrocks if you'd rather see that. And I'll play that. The other thing that I wanted to cover was Turtle Boy's statement. I was going to hold that for tonight because what I was planning on doing was having Chloe on and actually having a look at that video again, the one that Turtle Boy posted for some unknown, bizarre reason, thinking that it would help him for some reason. And I want to get a woman's perspective of it, basically, and she's got quite strong views on that kind of thing. So she's very, what would you say? Chloe's a straight shooter. There's no fucking around with her. She'll tell you straight how it is, and she doesn't care what people think, which I love. Like she, no, I mean, she cares what people think in that, like she, you know, she doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings or anything, but she will say how she feels, whether people like it or not. The other thing I was thinking of doing that might be a bit of fun, I did it years ago, like a year ago. Okay, there's literally no other courts on. So our choices are we can. Sorry, I have to read this one. Blazing Cyrus says, pinch a biscuit sounds like a euphemism for taking a deuce. It really does. Sorry, guys, I just gotta go pinch a biscuit. I love that. That's genius. Excuse me. So there's one here. I think might be good. Hold on. Yeah, there's no bias with her. She doesn't care if it reflects badly on her, or if people think, you know, X, Y, and Z. She will just say it as it is. There are women in the chat, so let her rip Tater Chip. Oh no, I will. I've played it before, but I just want to have Chloe's view on it live in the studio. I did drop into her as I was pinching a biscuit, just to see how she's feeling. She's really not feeling great. She's quite unwell. Her throat's really sore. She's been asleep since 6 p.m. yesterday, so nearly 24 hours. So she's quite tired. So I don't think she'll be able to join me tonight on the stream, but that's okay too. Like, I mean, God, I wouldn't expect it to. She tried her best the other night, but I could see she was really tired. And so I was like, okay, we better get to bed at this point. Hi, Boo says, been a member for 13 months. It says Judge Middleton rocks. He does. He's a really cool guy. And Becky's been a member for a month. Says, sent you the email to the right address this time. Thank you so much. I'll check that out soon. Navy Doc's been a member for 2 months. Says, Happy New Year, Demon Army. Happy New Year to you and to everybody else. Oh, no, it's Andy. Says, Happy New Year, Irish Demon. Glad you're feeling a bit better. Thank you so much indeed. And a Happy New Year to you. Johnny May says, going to drop a vid tomorrow evening for y'all. A tribute to Middleton in the form of a dramatic reading of Jabberwocky. I look forward to that. And Cyberwitch76 says, good morning, Irish Demon in chat. I'm home from work ill. I'm sorry to hear that. Nothing better than coffee with y'all and Demon. Absolutely, Sláinte. There was literally a drizzle of coffee left in that. I may need another one. Yeah, everybody around here has been sick, man. It's every shop I go into, like, everybody just sounds sick and unwell. Luke Davis, good to see you. Let's have a look at this live stream here. It's I don't know if this is any good now or not. It looks juicy.
Not wanting to work too hard, I take those stairs instead of the back stairs. Update your resume or LinkedIn profile. Who has a current resume? Who has a LinkedIn profile?
I don't.
Okay,
I used to. I think I have one.
Okay. Lift weight differently than we will if we think that you're using.
Oh, this is like drug court. That's always fucking boring. I don't know. Meh. We leave that one. It looked like it could be promising. I don't know why. Blame constantly changing weather. Yeah, it could be. You know the way it's been around here? Like last night when I came home, I was freezing. Absolutely freezing. The whole house was freezing because we'd been out all day. And it was colder than a snowman's nutsack when I came in. And then last night, I got out to leave the dogs out for a pee. And it was humid outside at like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was bizarre. It was. Oh, no, that could have been just me as well. The old NyQuil or whatever. I don't think we can get NyQuil here, can we? Get night nurse or hot toddies. You can't beat a hot toddy. There's nothing quite like it, to be honest. What the fuck? This video keeps auto playing. I will have a look at Chili's one, and then we'll read out Turtle Boy's statement. So. The Turtle Boy one is say I was going to save that for tonight so that I could read it while we were doing the show about Turtle Boy's video. Obviously, I already covered that, so I'm not going to cover it again. But I wanted to get Chloe's perspective on it and see what she thought. Excuse me. Oh, man. Still like a little bit coffee, but I'm good. I'm good. Let's have a look at Chili's video. Somebody just said that it was good, so I said, feck it. We'll have a look. But don't be offended if I just turn it off because I'm sick of seeing his face. Or if it's just shit, then I'm just not going to bother. I'm going to small screen it anyway.
This is a good one.
You're gonna need to get your fucking hand off my
camera right now.
I apologize.
I love it. I love it.
You need to get your hand off my camera right now.
I apologize.
Get your hand. Don't cover my camera. Listen, bitch. Don't cover my camera. Don't cover my camera.
I apologize.
Don't cover my camera. What the do you want?
Okay, there's no need for that name calling, dog.
What are you talking about? You're there with a bunch of people to put me in torture cuffs. Let me ask you a question. Why are those people at her house right now? Can someone put in the comment section? They're there to arrest her. They're hiding who they are so that she'll open the door. What do you do when the cops come to your door? Do you open it? No, you don't. You do not open the door. If the cops come to your door, you don't answer the door. You sit there.
Why are we shouting? I mean, I'm not shouting. I'm eating a biscuit. But why are you shouting? You big troll doll. Look at his fucking hair, man.
They're gonna kick the door down and arrest you because they have a warrant. They're going to. And she says, "Get your bitch ass off of my ring camera." What's her goal? To arrest her. And she wonders why the lady is incensed.
What the fuck do you want?
They want to arrest you, baby.
Okay, there's no need for that name calling,
Fuck
dog.
you, bitch. So you know what? There's no need for you to be all secret shady covering the fucking camera. What do
I'm
you
with her on
fucking
that.
want, bitch?
I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you agree with her. If you understand this woman's pain and you agree with her.
That's an officer safety.
I kind of do. I'm going to be honest. Like, you guys know, I'll say it as I see it. I'm going to be honest. Like, yeah, they shouldn't be covering the camera. Fuck that. You know? I don't like that sneaky shit. I had to deal with that before. I don't like that sneaky shit. Just, if you're coming there for trouble.
Safety protocol that we.
An officer safety protocol is to act like a kidnapper, to act like a thief in the night, to hide your appearance.
Oh, really? No, for my safety protocol, you ain't covering my fucking cameras. You're violating my fucking constitutional right. What the fuck do you want?
They're not violating her rights, just so you know. Pig,
I was just going to say, I can't believe Chili got there before me, and I agree with him. Covering the camera like that, I don't believe it's violating our constitutional rights.
Anybody can cover your ring camera. It's outside.
I am here to talk.
Fair play. Like, and this is the thing. Some people are shit on me for this, for agreeing with him and saying him he's right. If he's right, he's right. You know, I'm not going to argue with that. He's still an arsehole, but he's right.
To you, are you home?
What you're here to talk, then why'd you bring 5 people? Why'd you cover up the camera? Why'd you ring the door? You're talking to me now. Take 4 steps back from my front door, bitch. How about that?
Fuck you.
Are you home?
Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off my property. You got a fucking warrant? Get the fuck off my fucking property.
I actually do have a warrant.
Whoa, really? Get
Oh, I actually do have a warrant? Then why are you knocking? This is a good learning lesson here, okay? If you're talking to the pig through your Ring camera and you say, "Do you have a warrant?" and the pig says yes, then we got nothing more to talk about. Click. And now I'm going to wait till the door.
I'm so sorry, but Steve just sent me a really funny video that I absolutely cannot show. I can't even describe it because I think I'd get in enough trouble for that alone. So from time to time during a live stream, you might just see me randomly laugh. Blame Steven, basically. Actually, I might ask some questions about that other question you asked me, Steven, to the chat here in a little bit, see what people think. I think that's a really good idea.
Comes off the hinges. If the cops had a warrant, she wouldn't be calling you on the phone. This is the symbol for phone calls now. This is Gen X symbol for phone calls. This is how the millennials and Gen Z do it.
What? Really? I don't think that's true. I don't know. I really don't think that's true. Any Gen Zers watching? I doubt it, like, in fairness, but I think everybody knows that means call me. Hey, call me. That, like, nobody does that, surely. Maybe like this, like, you know, like how you would hold your phone, like, call me. But that, I don't know. He might be right. I don't know. What do you guys think? I've never done it. What am I? Am I Gen Z? What am I? I actually don't know what generation. I am. Hold on. So he said Gen Zers do it like this, is it? Gen Z, term used to describe Americans specifically born during the late 90s, early noughties. usually ranging between 1997 and 2012. So I am not that. I'm older than that. Let me see. Oh yeah, here's the list of generations. Oh God, I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. Good Lord. Millennials are from 1981 to 1996. So, okay, so I can't say from my experience that he's wrong. I've never seen anybody doing that. The other thing is Zoomers, the new young, like what, 1997 onwards, they don't really use their phones as phones though. So anyway, I'm from 1964. What's that? 1964. You are the very end. You are a boomer, madam. You're the very end of the boomers. Just the start of Generation X. That's gas. 64 is boomer. I'm sorry. I know boomer comes with a bad rep, but I'd rather be a millennial than a zoomer. Generation Alpha. What's Generation Alpha? Is that the new ones? That's the newest bunch, is it? Oh, mid-2010s to now. They're a shower of arseholes. I've dealt with a few of them. Nieces, nephews. Pain in the arse. Generation Alpha. That sounds like what Chili wishes he was. There's a lot of Gen Xers watching. What are you? What generation are you watching here in the side chat? Apparently I'm a millennial. I hate to admit it because I just have this thing that I don't like millennials for some reason. Mind you, I don't like most people my age. Most people my age are morons. To be honest, like, you know what I mean? I meet a lot of people my own age, and I'm just like, my God, you're stupid. Like, or you're just really irritating. And then I'll meet like much older people, and I'll be like, yeah, no, I fit with you way more. We got a lot of boomers in the house. Good to see you, boomers. Good to see you, boomers. I love my boomers. You get on the phone and you complain because you do it best. I'm only kidding. I love you, boomers. My mammy is, what's my mammy actually? Hold on now. My mom's a boomer. She is. Let me see. My dad's a boomer. Jesus, Murphy. Aaron's a millennial at 37. What age am I? Am I 33 or 32? I can't remember. I'm generation. Get off my lawn. I love that. Nice boomer army in the house. Boomer army in the house. Oh, Wayne is Prime's also millennial. Most people are Muppets regardless of age. I work in customer care. Yes, I used to work for Sky, so I know exactly what you mean. Oh yeah, it's my fault that your kid kicked a football at your fucking Sky dish. Yeah, that's my fault, madam. Palmyra Productions, good to see you, my friend. Gen X, thank you so much for the super thankses. I really do appreciate it. Jude's just plain old at 68. A lovely 68, though. A young 68. So yeah, that's that was quite the ADHD moment there, going off topic.
The cops had a warrant. She wouldn't be calling you on the phone. This is the symbol for phone calls now. This is Gen X symbol for phone calls. This is how the millennials and Gen Z do it.
Hold on, is he Gen X? What's Chili? Chili's what, 50? So what year was Chili born? Chili would have. So I'm 32. I was born in 91, so I'm either 32 or 33. I can't remember. So I was born in 91. He's 20 years older than me, so that means he would have been born in 70 something. So he's Generation X. Okay, I thought he was Generation Y. Like, why is your hair like that? Sorry, that's mean. That's mean.
If the cops have a warrant to arrest you, they will. They won't ask you. They won't request of you. They won't knock. They won't ring. They won't be civilized at all. If a jackboot thug judge has signed off on arresting you and kidnapping you, they don't ring the doorbell.
And they do, though. In fairness, they do. Like, it just depends on the circumstances, right?
You got a warrant?
Get the fuck off my property. You got a fucking warrant? Get the fuck off my fucking property.
I actually do have a warrant.
No, she doesn't. There would be no covering of it. They would have an 80-pound metal door ram or a 100-pound door ram, and they would simply kick your door down immediately if they have a warrant for your arrest and dig you out of the house like a rat in a hole. And they would have.
But that's not necessarily true. Like, I mean, we've all seen videos, police body cams and stuff like that, where they do knock at the door and be like, "Hi, can we come in? We have a warrant." Like, they don't always just blast the door down. That's just worst case scenario. Or again, like, so if it was for a violent crime where you might be armed, or I don't know, a whole host of different reasons why they might blow your door down. But generally, I think more times than not, it's probably a knock, 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 come out, we got a warrant. Like, you know what I mean?
No problem doing it to you. None. You think her calling her an F and twat and all the stuff she calls her, you think that's bad? Imagine if they did have a warrant. All those jackboot thug pigs you see right there, they would all become hyenas and wolves, and their teeth would show, and they would batter down the door. They would treat her, step on her, walk on her, put their knees in her neck, treat her like she is absolute scum of the earth who murdered school children, and drag her down to a dungeon. And if she resisted in any way, shape, or form, every single pig you see there would beat her and torture her and tase her and punch her and kick her. They call it pain compliance. So you think she's being rude? I think it's rude to come there and say that we have a warrant for your arrest. What a load of shit.
So I don't know if we can find this original video. I think it'd be pretty easy to find out whether or not there was a warrant, right? If anybody knows how we can find this video, cops ring woman's doorbell camera. That's probably the way to go. Depend whether I thought that it was going to kick off Middleton's court. Then I fucked up and I accidentally showed a video from 2 weeks ago. I know vape is not good for me, but I've given up cigarettes, so it's like it's my crutch at the moment. I'm getting there. I'm definitely getting there. Hit that like button, Danger Aware. Good to see you. Hope you're doing really well. So yeah, I'm gonna look up that video and see if I can find any more information about whether or not there was a warrant, right? So, because here's the thing. These kind of things can be cleared up really, really, really easily, can they not? I'm sure Chile, being Chile, as I've proven personally multiple fucking times, does not look for evidence or to back up his claims. So cops ring woman's doorbell. All right, so we'll see if we can find out if there was a warrant. All right. So okay, so I found the original video. They don't seem to go ahead with a warrant, but we'll see.
Really? Get the fuck off my property.
It's
Bye,
just a
bitch.
scam.
Bye, you fucking cunts. Bye, get the fuck off my property.
Are you home to come out and talk with me?
Why would you answer any questions? Why would you answer any questions? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I mean, it's, you know, everything that I do starts off with this. I started off with this trifold in 2021. I started
And
off
it's only
with this
got like 6
trifold.
people
Same,
arrested so
similar,
far.
that says what? Fifth Amendment, I invoke the right to remain silent. And this jackboot thug pig just asked her, let me rewind it just a couple.
Really? Get the fuck off my property.
It's
Bye,
just a
bitch.
scam.
Just to talk to you, ma'am. I plead the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent.
Bye, you fucking cunts. Bye, get the fuck off my property.
Are you home to come out and talk with me?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not available to talk to you. I plead the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent. Any further questioning means you violate the oath you took to the Constitution, and that means I could sue you outside of your qualified immunity.
I don't think that's true, right? I know I'm not a constitutional law scholar like the genius here, but I don't believe that's true. So if somebody pleads the Fifth, that's an active. That's them actively using their right to not say anything. Does that then mean that they can no longer be questioned? Like, does that mean that questioning them is no longer lawful? I don't know. That's a genuine question. I do not know. Let's have a look here now. I'm going to look up the Fifth Amendment. I've read it before, but like I didn't really pay too much attention. All right, Fifth Amendment. All right, let's just switch over to the Fifth Amendment here for a second, and we'll see, is that what it says? Now, there's probably some of you here that know the answer right away. Certainly better than I would, that's for sure. Yeah, they can ask if they want, but because of the Fifth Amendment, you don't have to answer. That's kind of the way I read it. Only if they say they want a lawyer. I wonder though, is that the case still? It doesn't. Does that automatically preclude them from being able to ask questions? So if I say I want a lawyer, it'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to ask you questions until they come here, but because you've requested a lawyer, you don't have to answer questions. Okay, fair enough. So Cyberwitch says that is not true. If you're given the Miranda rights and then say that you want a lawyer, that is when they can't ask questions. Okay, but let's read the Fifth Amendment here anyway. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor should he be compelled nor should he be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, property, or without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. So no person shall be held to answer. So to be held to answer is not that you're being asked to answer. They're allowed to ask you to answer something. To be held to answer is when you're under oath and you have to answer. Oh, well, you know, in certain circumstances, as this just right now describes, right? I can't see where it would suggest that if somebody asks for a lawyer that it's then illegal for them. Perhaps, I don't know. But I'm just saying, if it says here, no person shall be held to answer. So to be held to do something means that you have to do it. But that doesn't mean that they can't ask you a question. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, it just doesn't make sense that they can't ask you any further questions. Like, of course they can ask you, you just don't have to fucking answer them. Because you have that protection under the Fifth Amendment in the United States. Obviously, you don't have that in other countries. Like, you have different similar laws that cover you, but specifically under the Fifth Amendment. That's very interesting. But either way, so she hasn't been read her Miranda rights from what we can see here. And the way he's saying it is that as soon as you say I plead the Fifth, that they no longer can ask questions. No, you can't be compelled to answer questions, is what it actually says. This is a constitutional law scholar over here, by the way. So I think, and again, I'm open to correction 100%. But I believe that I'm correct in what I'm saying there. Wait a minute. Oh, God. So much noise. So much noise going on right now. Oh, my God. That was horrible. I don't know what I pressed, but it just created so much noise all at once. Good Lord. Okay. All right, give me 1 sec here now. Let me just grab these two super chats. Stephen Curtin for £5 says, you think Chile has a 3-step program to get out of debt that he sells for $29.95, or do you think he goes on radio selling his crap? Do you know what? He sells a lot of it, but I have some information that he's getting in quite a bit of trouble over not actually doing it properly, shall we say, and more on that later. Aaron Hamilton's been a member for 16 months, says if a lawyer is invoked when someone is actually in custody, being interrogated and Mirandized, then the questions must stop until a lawyer arrives. That's fair enough. Absolutely. But at the door, I think he's absolutely wrong in what he's saying. Mike Barnes has become a new YouTube channel member. Thank you so much, lads and lassies in the side chat. You know what to do. Oh, falls under a different amendment. Oh, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. They can ask all the questions in the world that they want. If you want a lawyer, you don't have to answer anything. Anyway, so yeah, let's move on with this. I think we kind of got the gist of that there.
Fuck off my property.
Are you home to come out and talk with me?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not available to talk to you. I plead the Fifth Amendment, the right to remain silent. Any further questioning means you violate the oath you took to the Constitution, and that means I could sue you outside of your qualified immunity. You jack, boot, thug, pig, kid.
Again, I just think that's absolutely incorrect. And I'm absolutely open to correction on that, of course. But I do believe that that's incorrect because she hasn't been cautioned. She hasn't been Mirandized. They just asked her a question. You can plead the Fifth all you want, but they have every right to ask you a question. You just don't have to answer it.
Snapper. You never, ever, 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 ever say, are you willing to talk to me about this? No, I'm not. Well, just tell me your side of the story because there's been a car wreck here and they're saying it was your fault. Was it your fault? Did you pass on the median? I plead the Fifth Amendment. I plead the Fifth Amendment immediately. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent immediately. You never agree to talk to pigs. You never agree to talk to pigs. Never.
What is with the vocals here? You never agree to talk to pigs. You never agree to talk to pigs.
Immediately. You never agree to talk to pigs. You never agree to talk to pigs. Never, never, never. You never talk to this jackboot thug pig. Never, never, never.
Fuck off. Get the fuck off my property. You got a fucking warrant? Get the fuck off my fucking property.
I actually do have a warrant.
Whoa, really? Get the fuck off my property.
Sorry about the sniffing.
It's
Bye,
just a
bitch. Bye, you fucking cunts.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, get the fuck off my property.
Are you home to come out and talk with me?
Yeah, bitch, I'm inside hiding from you. That's what I fucking do, you dumb cunt.
That's exactly what you do. You sit there till they leave. Whether you're talking to them through Ring or they called you on the phone or they think they heard you inside. If they have a warrant, they're coming in. If they don't, they're not. So sit down and shut up.
Get the fuck off my fucking property.
Not necessarily. They don't have to act on a warrant straight away. They're not compelled to do so.
You know how many times you guys have accused me of hiding in the fucking house from you? Get your fucking hand off my fucking camera and get away from my fucking camera. Get the fuck off my property. Right now, get the fuck off my property. Get the fuck off my property. What do you not fucking comprehend? Get the fuck off my property. What do you not fucking comprehend?
That is how you do it. She's on the Ring camera. So I just pulled it up. This is the trifold that I made in 2021. This is the first trifold that I made. Obviously, I needed some design help and stuff, but this is the first one that I designed. And the way I designed it was if the cop said, open your glove box, give me your ID, don't film me, I want to search your car.
Okay, anyway, we all know what all that bollocks is about. But yeah, like, I mean, I suppose the two things he has said there that were incorrect. The first was about her not having a warrant. She may well have had one. He does not know. He's just making up his own rules, basically, coming to his own conclusions. And the second thing is about the Fifth Amendment. I think we disagree on that. I think fundamentally he's incorrect on that. Unless the person has been arrested or Mirandized, whatever, then maybe, fair enough. As soon as you say you want a lawyer, whatever. But simply pleading the Fifth does not preclude them from asking you questions until such time as you've been Mirandized or asked for a lawyer. So that, do you know what I mean? That's how I read it. Again, I'm absolutely open to correction on that. And please do correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's the way I read it. Easy to see audit says, I've never seen a pacifist cop as in the power goes to their head. So yeah, if a warrant was there, they go in. I agree with you in a lot of ways, right? So, you know, I've worked around them quite a bit when I was in Australia, and certainly there are some that are very good, normal, nice, decent people. There are some absolute assholes too. Like I'm never going to deny that. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't like Chile. I don't agree with him, but I'm never going to sit here and go, all cops are great. I wouldn't even go as far as say back the blue or any of that shit. Not at all. Not at all. There's way too much corruption out there and here in Ireland for me to be able to say, yeah, I completely agree with everything they do. So yeah, no, I agree with you. But where I disagree with you is about them just because they have a warrant going in. There's a lot of reasons why they won't go in. And we see that all the time. We see it where they don't necessarily directly act on those warrants. All you have to do is watch any live courts and they'll say, oh, you've got like 4 warrants out for you. The cops knew where you were, but they didn't go and get you. There's reasons why they don't. So, yeah, exactly. Like as Andy said, I've seen many warrants served at a later date. Sometimes it's not worth the hassle or danger to both officers and suspect. And that's absolutely true. I've seen that too. So it doesn't mean that just because they have a warrant, that they're definitely going to go in there blasting. Like that's just not the case. And that's from personal experience. That's not the case. And from seeing it dozens of times. But I agree with you that a lot of them power hungry arseholes. There absolutely is. Of course, you give anybody a position of power, you talking how many cops are in the States, like you're going to get a lot of arseholes there too. So anyway, there you go. Let's see. There was another one that I want to bring up. Now, I don't know if there's a way to find out if there actually was a warrant or not. I don't know this woman's name or anything about her, so I couldn't tell you if there actually was a warrant or not. Let me see here now. No, I can't. I actually can't find anything either way, but if anybody does find it and can let me know, I'd like to know about it. Now, the other thing that I wanted to cover real quick was, I'm not saying it's power hungry to, I don't know if you're responding to me or the other person, power hungry to carry out a legally issued warrant. My point is simply that there certainly are individuals out there in uniform that are power hungry arseholes. Like there simply is. I think to deny it would be unreasonable. But that's not to suggest that they all are either. It goes both ways. Anyway, I want to have a look at the Turtle Boy statement from the other day. I didn't get a chance to read it yet, so I'm going to read it live with you right now, and we'll see what he's talking about. So, excuse me, God Almighty, I might have to bunk out after this because the chest is getting a bit heavy. So this is from Turtle Boy from jail, right? So he says, tonight is my 5th night in jail. For the first 48 hours, I was depressed and on the verge of tears constantly. I was not myself. Today, my parents visited me, and every day hundreds of Turtle Riders send me positive messages of encouragement. Keep them coming, especially the videos. I love the videos. I miss my kids dearly, I can imagine. And it breaks my heart to be away from them. Again, I can imagine that's a horrible thing to have to deal with. But I'm no longer pessimistic. Carney wrote in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, I will get out of here one way or another, and I will have a new outlook on life. The COs here are great people and have treated me well. I've always had tremendous respect for what they do. I will cry and hug a lot of people when I get out of here, but I will be stronger for this. I'm an Eagle Scout and a member of the Order of the Arrow and earned my Wilderness Survival Merit Badge. I'm a proud product of the Worcester Public Schools. They cannot and will not break me. That was underwhelming. I mean, that was very reasonable and everything. Let me know in the side chat, right? Do you guys think he should be in jail at this point? You guys know I believe in free speech. I wouldn't go so far as saying I'm necessarily an absolutist in the way that some people are. And I do believe in free speech. I think it's very important. But then it comes to a point where there's this harassment and trying to cause issues and insert himself into these, legal proceedings and trying to essentially derail them and to intimidate and harass witnesses. That needs to stop. Like, that needs to be stopped, because now he might say, anybody might say, oh, but they're corrupt or whatever, but it's what we got, right? We got to leave it get there. We got to leave it be heard and figure out the rights and wrongs of what happened. is the only way to stop him, literally putting him in jail. It seems so, but my issue there is that all it does is it stops him directly. But we all know that his turtle riders are out there. I get them every day. Every day I get comments from them, and it's the same shit. Anytime I talk about him, I get all these random brand new accounts leaving comments that are just like, I used to love your channel. I do not like it anymore. It's like, okay, person I've never, ever heard of in my life before. That's absolute bullshit, but okay, cool story. Bro, doesn't bother me. I don't care. The channel is doing really well right now. It's growing pretty well, not as fast as it was before. That's on me. It's because I haven't been able to put as much effort into it. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm not worried about these fake accounts coming in leaving comments. It means nothing to me. The few people in the side chat, I just bring up their super chats or their comments and I read them out and laugh at them. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. So do you guys think yes or no, right? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Should he be in jail for this? I feel like they were kind of left with no choice. I honestly don't like seeing anybody being put in jail, and that extends to him, it extends to Chile, but it comes a point where you have to kind of be like, okay, like we need to stop this person because he's fucking up this murder trial. Like it's not like it's a parking ticket case. We're talking about a murder trial here, a very serious one. Now, again, I have not looked into it. I haven't deep dived into a deep diving. I don't know. I haven't looked deeply into it. Not that I don't care. I just don't have time at the moment. As I say, trying to run this channel. I'm trying to work on these other projects that have just got me snowed in at the moment, but I'm getting there. Been unwell, and we're trying to get Chloe's business off the ground. So we've been both very busy, and I haven't had the time. And frankly, it doesn't matter what I know about the case or not. What matters is how he's reacting and how he's acting. So Palmyra Productions reckons that he shouldn't be in jail, which is fair enough. And again, I'm open to everybody's opinion. I'd love to hear what your opinion is. Yeah. So what did he do? So he was badgering witnesses. It's just literally so much about it that it's next to impossible to even begin to give a breakdown. But essentially, he was harassing witnesses, trying to get people to not testify, all this kind of shit. Also, and that's fair enough. Easy to see all that says I don't care. That's fair enough. Like a lot of people don't give a shit, but I do, to be honest. Like, I mean, I know how he acts. I know how he conducts himself, and I do care. I do care about his effects on the public and on that case. Is jail the answer? I'm not sure that it is, to be honest. But the reason he's in jail is for breach of his bond, basically. Breach of his, what's it called? The brain is a bit slow right now, but you know what I mean? The conditions of his release were that he couldn't have certain things happen, and those things happen, basically. And again, I don't know why, but he put that out there himself. Like, he decided to put this out there. He put that video out. And it's very, very strange. All right. That's really interesting. Palmyra Production says, my client, who's a streamer, has done nothing but Turtle Boy stuff, got me into, and I have to tell you, I don't think the dude should be in jail if you really look at the deep dive facts. Are you talking about the facts of the murder case? Or are you talking about the facts of Turtle Boy's case specifically? If you're talking about the facts of the murder case, right, then I would disagree with you. And the reason I would disagree with you there is because it's not relevant what the facts of the murder case, what those facts are, or who we believe is right or wrong in that murder case situation. It's how he's acting. It's not his place and it's not his job to decide what witnesses should give evidence and shouldn't, nor is it mine or yours or anybody else. If it's due to the reason he was put in jail, the catalyst for that was, I believe, the stuff that happened in that video, which was sickening to listen to. Even in the way he posed it, was still sickening to listen to. If you mean in that case, then I'm definitely open to listening to that. In case, you know, there might be some other evidence that I don't know. Excuse me. Palmyra Production says one thing: if he's going to be in jail for his personality and his backstabbing ways, but not for what he's in jail for now. So can I just ask you this, Palmyra Productions? So in your view, what is he in jail for right now? I just want to clarify that we're on the same page. That's all it is. Cyberwitch says he had a bond instruction to stay away from witnesses and he did not do that. And that's, again, I think that's the whole situation here. So badgering, cajoling, harassing, and potentially intimidating witnesses is an obstruction of justice, which is a rather serious offense. Exactly. And that is the case. They did try not to jail him. That is true. He did have multiple chances. Absolutely right. The lady that, okay, so can people clarify some of this? Because I'm still not up to speed on all of it. So the lady in the video that he released, was that lady a witness in this case? In which case, then it would be a direct breach, or was it the fact that he had assaulted behavior? Was that part of it? I'm not sure. Vlad reckons he deserves to be there. So she was a witness. Well, then there you go. I'm talking about Turtle Boy himself, what they say they got him on. I'm talking about Turtle Boy in general. It's convoluted, but just him. Yeah, no, I hear you there. There's a lot of kind of weird stuff. God damn, it got dark fast. There's a lot of weird stuff going on there. I'm absolutely on the same page with you there. It's so convoluted. The whole situation is. My point is that he was given an order, whether right or wrong, to stay away from this lady. Okay. And as Dear McCostello said, good to see you, Cost. Hope you had a great new year. He was shagging her. Right? Now, last time I checked, there needs to be some level of contact in order for shagging to take place. So yeah, if it's interfering with an active or ongoing trial, he needs jail time. Letting him off sets a dangerous legal precedent. That's a good point too. You have to bear in mind precedent, because when somebody's given 2 seconds there now, I have to stop once the suspect invokes the fifth. So yeah, interviews need to stop when the suspect invoked the fifth. This though wasn't an interview. Just to point that out as well. I know I'm going to get some shit for vaping on the air. I gave up the smokes. And that wasn't a New Year's resolution either. It was never planned that way. It just so happened to happen on that day. Because I was just sick of feeling like shit all the time and spending a fortune on ciggies. So back on the vape. And it has been helping. Really big time. So yeah, that was just an interesting question. I just wanted to get some people's different views on it. Because I was a little bit kind of confused, I suppose, and unsure about whether or not he should have been jailed for it or whatever. But yeah. And like as Dearman's saying there, it's on the Mass Hall Discord. I just honestly don't have time to trawl through it. That's just the reality of it. That's why I'm kind of leaving it open to the floor and not making a kind of a decision one way or the other. Absolutely. Yeah, no, giving up the smokes is I've done it before. I was often for the whole time I was in Australia pretty much. Oh no, I haven't been doubling down on the vaping, to be fair. Been taking it easy. So yeah, that was it really. That's what we got for now. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to reach out to Colin Campbell. Now, he might only be able to join us today by voice, and I'm hoping that he can. It'd be fantastic if he is able to come on today, because we have a very unusual situation. He was sent an email by Chile, and it's a really tough one, and we're going to talk about it quite closely, and I really hope Chloe can join us this evening for it, only if she's feeling up to it though, because she'd have some good insight on this kind of thing. And it felt like it was a bit death threaty. it was weird. It was really, really weird, an email that he gotten. So we're going to have a read of that later, only if Colin can join us. Hopefully he can. But it might just be by voice because his internet's not great where he is. But we'll see how that goes. Easy to see audit says, I smoked heavy for 32 years. Key to quitting is you have to want to quit. That's absolutely right. No matter how you go about doing it, vape, patch, etc. Absolutely right. Like, you have to want it. And I was just there the other day and I was smoking a cigarette and I was like, you know what? I'm not enjoying this. I'm doing it for the sake of it, out of habit. I wasn't even craving it. I was just like, I was bored. I just had the cigarette. It's like what I do after I make a video or what I do after or when I make a cup of coffee or whatever. So I was like, I'm just bored of these now. So I just gave them up. I was like, nah, fuck that. Go back to the vape for a little while and wean off that as well. And there'll probably be nights where I'm out on the piss and I'll probably have a couple of cigarettes. I'll still have the odd cigar like I did in Australia. I was off them for 5 years. Excuse me. I was off them for 5 years. And like I could go out for a few drinks with the boys and have a couple of cigarettes, or I could have a cigar or whatever, and it would never affect me. You know, I would wake up the following day and not be craving cigarettes. Might have a bit of a cough or a bit of a taste in my mouth, but that was about it. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for you right now. As I say, I'm going to reach out to Colin. I don't know if he's watching right now. I didn't see him pop up in the side chat, but I'm going to oh wait, actually, you know what? That's a very good point. Oh, best of luck with that, John Paul McKenna. Good on you, man. Palmyra Production says the sheer amount of things that he was charged with was out of line, but he does belong in jail for about 4 of the 19, and in that case, he probably could bail out, but they just wanted to pound. I do feel like there was an element of them just really wanting them to put him away so that he wouldn't be causing them any more trouble. I think there's a bit of both kind of sides on that one. That's the way I see it anyway. I might be wrong on that, but anyway, I'm starting to notice the cough is rolling back in here now because I've been talking for 2.5 hours. But yeah, as I say, we'll be back live again. I am going to be kind of locking down a regular schedule from now on. And actually, you know what? I might take just a little bit of time to talk to you guys about that and see what you guys think about, the plan going forward with the channel. What I've always wanted to do with my channel was to move into more podcasting, live streaming, like this kind of thing. And the way that I wanted to, oh yes, actually, Stephen, you're spot on. There was something that I wanted to ask you guys as well. And I suppose it all kind of comes into the same kind of situation here. So I really want to move into the more kind of podcasting, live streaming, chatting about other topics. Like, I'm sick of talking about courts, to be honest. I'm sick of talking about chili and fucking Turtle Boy. This one's quite interesting, actually, even if I had never known who he was. But I want to get into talking about a whole host of subjects. And I need to set up a website. I do not know how to do that, but I will. I'll figure it out. I'll set up a website. And I want to have like a contact link kind of thing where people can send in ideas for what they want to watch, basically. Sean asked, who am I loyal to? I'm loyal to a few people. Depends on who you mean. Excuse me. Although I hear you, Palmyra Productions. You're just like me, my friend. Palmyra Productions is just like me. Like, I can't stand the guy, but I'll defend him if I think he's being done wrong. I always will do that. I don't care who it is. This is a case of fuck around and find out, though. You're absolutely right, Michael. I do agree with you. UK weekday streams, please. Need something to keep you occupied whilst I pretend to work for a living. That is not a bad idea. Oh, the Matty McGrath thing. I'm loyal to Matty McGrath and nobody else. The weekday live streams for sure. The problem with those, I suppose, is I won't be able to make those a regular feature. Like, so for example, the plan, just to kind of give you a brief overview of what I plan to do with this channel, is to move more into the daily live streaming, essentially. And it'll be the same time every night. So you know what time I'm going to be live at, basically. And I'm thinking probably 8 p.m. my time. which would be about 3 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States or early morning in Australia, basically. So I just feel like that's a good time where it'll encompass most people. I don't know if you're talking to me, Paul Zulu, but I never called you sovereign citizen. I don't know if other people are. Whatever, I'll leave that to yourselves. You're all adults. You can work it out. Just people, just be nice to each other, for Christ's sake. It's the new year. Relax. Oh, okay. It's D-Man and Zulu are having it out. Just chill, boys. If you can't say that nice, then say something super mean, but make sure it's funny. So anyway, daily live streams. It won't be every single day. So like for example, every second Wednesday I'm away. At another thing that I have to do. And then coming into the summertime, I'll be away quite a bit at weekends. So it might end up being a Monday to Friday thing at 8 p.m. And then any day that I can, that I, may not be scheduled for, I'll go live. And then throughout the day, some days I might just randomly go live like this. I might go live from the car. I might go live out and about, that kind of thing. And then we need to talk about the second channel. I've been sitting on it for ages, and I have still not entirely decided what I want to do. And I think I'm going to go back to my initial idea of using that as essentially my Lost Irishman channel, which is where I go out and just do random fun shit. Like see if we can find the best pint of Guinness in Cork or the best pint of Guinness in Dublin. Go out on the street, ask people questions, that kind of carry on. Oh yeah, that'd be really handy, Stephen. See, Stephen, he's the man with the tech stuff. So yeah, what I was going to ask there, because I actually don't watch a whole lot of podcasts. I listen to a few, but excuse me, Jesus Murphy. I'm trying to think of what I need to go out and buy to make this work, right? So I have this microphone. I've gotten a second one for Chloe. So that's a good start. I want to get those table microphone stands. I think I can get them on Amazon really, really, really cheaply. So I'm gonna order a couple of those. I'm going to invest in a second camera eventually. Obviously, I'd like for it to be the same camera as what I already have so that there's good continuity, which is Canon, was it M50 Mark II, I think it is. So I'd like to keep that continuity so we can have one camera on Chloe, one camera on me. Or I think the correct way to do it, from what I'm aware, is 3 cameras. So it's like one on the two of us, one as on the side and one on that side. Oh yeah, she's still going to have her own channel. She hasn't decided 100% what wants to do with it yet. I think she's gone down the line of she wants to do some makeup videos. We had a really good idea for a podcast for her to do on her own as well, which would be literally bringing in guests to the studio. I'll be getting rid of a lot of this stuff on just from that wall of the studio. That's all going to go, and it's going to move over onto my background essentially, which will be where I'll be doing my regular content, and then our podcast content will happen back there. That's the plan anyway. And we might, just for fun, stick on the lavalier mics and live stream us setting it all up or whatever. It'd be pretty fun. So what else do you guys think I need? I probably need another chair because I've got this like kitchen chair here. So I might see if I can get a kind of a matching chair. I can't remember where I got this one. Probably Amazon. I'll probably just order another one from Amazon. And then what I'd like to do, so for the setup for right now, it's going to be a table back here with a chair either side, the 2 microphones, and a nice background. But what I'd ultimately like to do is to get like 2 nice comfy like armchairs in here and like a small table between us, so it's a bit more kind of relaxed and calm and stuff like that. So that's the plan I'm kind of thinking, but we'll go and see how it works out. Internet speed is really good here. Let me see here now. Oh, fantastic, Stephen. That's brilliant, mate. Appreciate that. See, Stephen's great that way, because again, Stephen, can you just put up your what you call it, not website or whatever way, the best way for people to contact you is. This live stream is brought to you by my sponsor. we get Stephen to pop it up here in the side chat in a minute. So he's able to get like good tech stuff and everything at good prices for me. And so it's really great. It makes a huge difference. So yeah, I think that's about it really. Like that's kind of all I need to get going. I recommend you using OBS for your camera setup so you can manage which camera is active smoothly. Exactly. So I don't have the Pro StreamYard. You might see this powered by StreamYard thing up here. I'm going to get it. I'm going to get the Pro StreamYard when I start. I don't need it right this minute, so I can have multiple cameras when I have that. So that's pretty handy. Set up an Amazon wish list. Definitely neon light on the walls. I'd love that. I do have an Amazon wish list. I just don't know how to share the link to it. I'm going to do it. There's a lot of random shit on it, just for funsies. And I need to take some stuff off it as well, because there's a lot of, just, as I say, just random shit on it. I don't really know how to share it. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. How do I share it though? Oh, you know, another thing I need some what you call it, advice on, because it's something I know absolutely nothing about. I need to get 2 sets of headphones, right? But they've got to be ones that I can plug into the microphone so that we can hear each other. So if anybody's got like good, like obviously I have these ones. These are JBL something or other. Is there any brand in particular that people would recommend? People who are into sound stuff, because I want it to sound as good as possible as well. How the fuck do I share this list? There's surely a way to share it. Oh, hold on, is it not linked in my? It might be linked in my thing. Let me just see. I think it is actually linked in the description, or at least it used to be. No, it's not. If anybody, does anybody have the link to it? Somebody out there watching might already have the link. USB mixer. What's a USB mixer? That takes XLR. Streaming for Dummies book. Now that's an idea. That is an idea. USB mixer. The one I was looking at was oh fuck it, the Elgato Stream Deck. I almost bought it this morning, but then I remembered I had the app on my iPad and it does the exact same thing. So I think I might just do that. Sean O'Sullivan says, waiting on the keys to my new house, setting up a home studio. This info is useful. That's awesome. Let me know when you're. It'll be good fun. Try wish.com. Actually, that's not a bad idea. They got some cool shit on there. But it's the wait time for fucking wish.com. But yeah, no, I got a few things to think about to figure out, but we'll get there. We'll get there. It'll be a bit of fun. But yeah, more at the moment, all I'm looking for is advice, not for people to buy any shit or anything, just literally advice, because I know nothing about most of this stuff. Need a story time about Irish folk tales. We could do that. That'd be a bit of fun. Audio Technica do some great, reasonably cheap stuff. I'll check those out. Thank you very much. But anyway, that's roughly what I'm kind of aiming at. We have nothing set in stone yet exactly how we're going to set it up, but I do have another microphone here somewhere. It's not a great one, but Chloe will be able to use it in the meantime. I just need to find a cable that'll fit into it, because this uses regular USB. I need the bigger USB. I have it somewhere, but it's just a matter of finding it is the next thing. But anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me. The throat is starting to kind of crack now a little bit. But before we go, Palmyra Productions has gifted 5 of you lucky lads and lassies memberships. Michael K got one, Cameo Stark got one, Raven got one, Cyber Witch, and Wolfie got one. Congratulations. And thank you so much for that, Palmyra Productions. I really do appreciate that. It helps me out, but I know people love to get it as well. It's awesome. Go to your account, then your wish list. Make sure that the wish list is public. Wait a minute. Let's see if there's a way that I can share it. Let me see. Like, straight up ignore most of the shit that's on this wish list. Like, again, most of it's just for funsies. Don't need that. I'm leaving the fucking Drovers on there. No matter what. Because I love Drovers. Don't need that. Yeah, there's a load of shit that I thought I needed before, but I absolutely don't. So I'll take those all off. I'm just trying to figure out how to share it. Remove list, invite to list, search list. Probably have to do it on the computer. God damn it. Anyway. There might be another way of doing it. Let me see. No. I can't figure this shit out. I'll oh wait, hold on. I might be able to add. Nope. Can't add somebody to it. Oh, it's because I'm signed in on the wrong account. That'll do it. For fuck's sakes. Okay, I'll need to figure that out and come back to you on that one. I know it's around there somewhere. If somebody does have the link and can post it, I'd appreciate that, but I don't know where it is. But anyway, lads and lassies, I'm going to head off, get a nice cup of coffee and chill for a while. Hopefully be back live later. I'll get on to Colin and see if he wants to, or if he's available to. I know he wants to come on, but we'll see how we get on. But anyway, again, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll catch you hopefully later today. But I will let you know. I'll let you know if I'm going live or not, or at least I will go live anyway for half an hour and just fill you in if I'm not going to be able to do the full show. You'll know from the title anyway. But yeah, we'll catch you all later. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for the super chats and hanging out. And yeah, we'll see you later today. Sláinte.